And the Boo Birds coming out even stronger. But Altuve was right. It's 2-0.
This is one guy that has a pretty good idea of the strike zone. Been around a long time. He's put up some very, very good numbers in this league.
I'm sure home plate umpire Bill Miller is thrilled right now. Absolutely thrilled. We've had 3 challenges, and there's 1 out in the first inning. Altuve fouls one off right into the Blue Jay dugout, down the steps, and now the count's sitting at 2-1.
But that last challenge really wasn't close.
No.
That's an easy challenge. So if you're Bill Miller, you might want to look yourself in the mirror.
I'm sure the scorecard is going to look a little better by the end of the night, but right now, it's not a great grade. The 2-1 pitch inside. They look down to first. Did they think that Altuve went? Brian Walsh says no. John Schneider shaking his head. He certainly thinks Altuve went. What do you think, Chris?
I don't know. We're about to see a replay, and it was close, but I think he went.
Well, when we get the automated challenge on that, or the automated replay, life will be better in future seasons. 3-1 pitch, too far inside, and Altuve gets the walk, and Dylan Cease having some issues here in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, already 2 walks in this ball game. He did walk 4 in his last game, so there have been some command, some control issues over the last couple of starts. Sometimes it's the extra day, and that truly matters. When you get an extra 24 hours, you're used to being on a certain schedule, especially for a guy that's been around the league as long as Dylan Cease has. You have to wonder if he's kind of out of that routine, that schedule, and it's going to take him 20, 25 pitches to figure it out. And we're at pitch 24 here, so it's about time, especially with the 2 guys in scoring position right now.
Well, you told me about 5 minutes ago that it's fine and everything's good, so I'm just going to believe that. I'm going to hold on to the positivity right here, and let's see if the Blue Jays can get out of it as Yainer Diaz steps up now. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. coming into play right on the edge of the grass. He's in at first, but playing back well behind the bag at third is Kazuma Okamoto. Deep at short, Andres Jimenez. Bases loaded for the Astros, leading 1-0 with just 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Cease fires on the 1-0 pitch, and this one dribbled out to short, could be 2. Picked up by Jimenez on to Clement for 1, on to first to Guerrero for 2, and LaRue is correct. Nothing to worry about. Astros with a 1-0 lead going to the bottom of the first. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by Home Hardware, official home improvement retailer of the Toronto Blue Jays, and by Crown Rust Control, streaming at Sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Giving blood for me is part of my healing journey.
Sharing a piece of yourself to a community that takes you in, supports you, is a big part of why I do it in the first place.
I think donating brings me a sense of joy and happiness. When I donate plasma, it is something that you know is good. Someone else is getting what they need, and I feel like I'm getting what I need.
Book an appointment today at blood.ca and experience what you get when you give. Canadian Blood Services. Who's saving who?
You and your partner don't...
Oh, hey, Terry.
Bill, didn't expect to see you in London Drugs.
Oh, yeah. Came in for sunscreen, and now I'm leaving with a cooler, snacks, and pretty much everything I need for the whole week.
Same. I just came in for peanut butter, but these deals, they're everywhere.
Literally. Just deal after deal.
Yeah, I know. It's like there's a club or something.
Yeah. One where everyone's invited and all you have to do is show up. Deal lovers know. Find thousands of deals every week at London Drugs.
Darcy Schnorr here for Eastside Dodge with Lanny McDonald. Lanny, summer's here, and you know what that means. Time to roll down the windows, crank the music, and enjoy the ride.
Only if I can pick the music.
Fair enough. I like your music, Lanny. And with the Drive Into Summer event at Eastside Dodge, I'm just excited to get behind the wheel. We have 2026 Jeep Wranglers with 0% financing up to 84 months.
I'd say that's the perfect way to kick off summer. Hurry into Eastside Dodge and tell Lanny sent you.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
2-2, cut and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks to end the 5th.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Bottom of the first inning, and the Blue Jays trail 1-0. They'll try to get it back right here as Dylan Cease moments ago getting out of trouble in the first with a bases-loaded double play to end the inning. And our first opportunity to look at Hunter Brown. It'll be George Springer to lead things off for Toronto. A righty-righty matchup right here as Brown kicks and fires the first pitch. And it's up high, the sinker missing for ball one. Springer's average sitting at 223 now. Seeing the ball much better of late, and hopefully that rolls into this homestand as well. Brown with the 1-0 pitch. And that's in there for strike one. Awkward release from Hunter Brown. Is it tough to see, you think, for batters, Chris?
Well, he's one of the best. The fastball really explodes out of the hand. It's more of a cross-body release point than you'll see.
And the 1-1 pitch in there for strike two.
But it's just so hard to pick up. There's a lot of deception. He's got great command. Throws the fastball quite a bit, so you have to be ready for the heater.
Brown ready for the 1-2 pitch to Springer. And that one missing down low. Count now sitting at 2-2. It was outside with that knuckle curve. And that's got to be tough as well. You see a sinker come in at 95 and then knuckle curve drops in right around 80.
Yeah, it seems like that velo's down just a little bit, just making his second start since coming back from a shoulder strain.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that one down low. Tried to get him with the slider. A great take from George. Sees the count full now at 3-2.
And that's part of the way to beat Hunter Brown. You work counts, you get that pitch count elevated, you get into that Houston Astros bullpen, and then you get some runs. It's a good start. About to see pitch number 6 here in this at-bat.
The windup and the delivery. And Springer with a big cut gets a piece of it, fouls it off. Back toward the on-deck circle where Nathan Lucas is getting set to step to the plate. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Brown with a fresh baseball, steps off the rubber for a moment. Adjusts his cap, now digs back in. Springer back in the box. Count sitting at 3-2. Blue Jays down 1-0 here, bottom of the first inning. Brown ready. The 3-2 offering. And that one on the outside edge. Springer is punched out, but an ABS challenge. Brought to you by xcopper.com. Springer didn't think that was a strike, and we will have a C. Was he correct on the sinker or not? Nope. It caught an edge, a hair on the bottom part of the zone. It is a confirmed strikeout, and George Springer sits down.
I actually like that challenge. A lot of people would think, why are you challenging? It's the first inning. There's nobody on base. But you have to do everything you can to get on base against Hunter Brown, and that pitch was really, really close to being ball 4.
It brings up Nathan Lucas to the plate. And Lucas looks at the first pitch outside for ball 1. By the way, just a couple of moments ago, I normally do this when a Blue Jay pitcher gets a strikeout, but I'll be honest, folks, my bad, I forgot. The first Blue Jays strikeout, unfortunately George Springer this time, brought to you by Subway. Every Blue Jays game day, Subway MVP Rewards members get 25% off any footlong. Order in the Subway app and use the code STRIKEOUT. Terms and conditions apply. Nathan Lucas watches a sinker come in up high for ball 2, and he gets ahead in the count, 2-0. Hunter Brown with the windup on the 2-0 pitch, and this one fouled straight back just to our left. In fact, it ricochets off the booth just to our left. Still haven't had one come in here when I've been calling a game.
Never, not once. I've been doing
not
this for
ever?
3.5 years now. I've never had one come in the booth.
Well,
although Madison Shipman did have one when she was filling in for me one time, I think a couple of years ago.
I wonder if she arm wrestled Ben for that one. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss from Lucas. Count now even at 2-2.
A couple of big hacks from Nathan Lucas ahead in the count. First 2-0. Now, or that second swing was on a 2-1 count. He got fastballs that he could handle. Unfortunately, he fouled off the first one and swung through the second one.
The lefty Lucas hoping to get on right here. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on deck. And the 2-2 pitch came inside with the fastball. Another good take from Lucas to bring another full count to the plate.
Bill Miller, home plate umpire, flinched. I don't know if you saw that.
I did. Well, he's had 4 challenges in less than an inning. The 3-2 pitch. And Lucas pops it up into left field. Plenty of room out there for Alvarez. to make the grab, record the out, 2 away.
Nathan Lucas got a couple of mistakes on fastballs in that at-bat, but just because the fastball is down the middle doesn't mean it's easy to hit. There's a lot of life, a lot of ride on that fastball from Hunter Brown. That's part of the reason why he's been so good for the last 4 years.
Brings up Vladimir Guerrero Jr. as we are in the Timber Mart broadcast booth. Don't sit on the bench when it's time to build with flexible financing options. Through the Timber Mart project card, you can get started today and keep your project moving. Timber Mart, Canada's building center. First pitch to Vladdy in there for strike one with a sinker clocked at 97. Guerrero batting .279 in 79 games with 31 runs batted in, sitting on those 4 home runs. And the 0-1 pitch is down low. The sinker evens the count at 1-1.
On Saturday, he took a couple of tough pitches and ripped them the other way, and I think that's the swing that we've been waiting to see. Let's see if he can continue that against Brown.
The 1-1 pitch in there for strike 2 with a sinker. Vladdy watched it into the glove of Diaz behind the plate. Now down in the count, 1-2. Blue Jays down in the game 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Brown nods his head at Diaz. The windup and delivery on the 1-2 pitch. Outside, but Guerrero reached out, got a piece of it, fouls it off to stay alive. We'll do it again at 1-2.
There's that velo that I've been waiting to see, 98 miles an hour. When he's fully healthy and he's in mid-season form, he generally sits about 96 to 98 miles an hour, and that one 98 at the top of the strike zone. A lot of ride to it. Good job from Vlad fouling it back.
The 1-2 pitch, and that one got away from Brown down in the dirt with the knuckle curve. It's 2-2. Go back to that previous pitch. Vladdy batting .336, third in the AL against fastballs. We'll see if Brown gives him another one. Brown looking in at the sign. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Guerrero chops it out towards second, but getting a late jump was Altuve, and getting to first is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That ball actually made its way out into center field. Vladdy in there with an infield base hit, and it looked like some miscommunication maybe. I think Altuve might have thought that Brown had a chance to play that ball. It went over Brown's head, and Jose Altuve could not get there in time, and Vladdy gets a 2-out base hit.
Yeah, I think once that high hopper gets over the head of Brown, Vlad is probably safe at first base, and he took a couple of steps towards second base, and then he quickly got back to first.
Altuve tried to barehand that to make up some time and just couldn't come up with the play. It brings up Alejandro Kirk, and the first pitch to Kirk is in there for strike 1. Sinker at 96, upper part of the zone. Kirk down in the count now 0-1 in 11 games, batting an even .200. Great to have him back in the lineup, obviously, as he takes a cut at the next pitch and fouls it off first base side up and over the dugout of the Houston Astros. And now Kirk down in the count 0-2. Having said that, one of the best hitters in baseball with 2 strikes.
Yeah, really shortens up. He tries to go the other way. Let's see if he can shoot something in a gap here and score Vlad from first base.
And the 0-2 pitch fouled off again by Kirk.
Big miss from Brown. They were trying to come inside with that fastball, missed on the outer third at the top of the strike zone, and gave Kirk a chance to get the bat to it.
Toronto down 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Guerrero standing on first, 2 out with Kirk at the plate. And the 0-2 pitch up high inside. It's 1-2. If it's not a sellout, it's close, folks. It's jammed at Rogers Center on a Monday night. Again, the first of 10 straight here at home. Guerrero was leaning, but able to dive back to the bag safely as Hunter Brown throws over, trying to keep Vladimir Guerrero Jr. honest. Any chance you think Vladdy's trying to take off?
when he has a good read on a pitcher, he tends to be aggressive over there at first base. He does have 5 stolen bases.
They are playing very deep at short and second as well. Vladdy not moving. And Kirk goes opposite way. A ground ball base hit into right field. And the Blue Jays keep things rolling here. Maybe putting together a 2-out rally.
And there's that 2-strike approach that we've seen from Kirk really over the course of his career. He's very good at shortening up and not trying to do too much. It's a good sinker at about 94 miles an hour at the top of the strike zone. Actually was above the strike zone. He just shoots it through that hole on the right side. But if Vlad was aggressive, if Vlad stole second base, he would have scored on that ground ball. Now, with that being said, it's very tough to steal second base on a guy like Hunter Brown.
Brings up Dalton Varsho, batting from the left side, of course, and the first pitch he sees is strike one on a fastball, clocked at 96 from Hunter Brown. Varsho batting .256, 6 home runs, on the season, and that 6th came on Saturday with a 3-run bomb at Wrigley Field, part of the big comeback for Toronto. The 0-1 pitch, missing on another fastball from Brown. That went up high as Varsho, even in the count now at 1-1. Toronto down 1-0, but they've got runners at first and second with 2 out here in the bottom of the first inning. The 1-1 pitch, big cut from Varsho, swing and a miss on another fastball. He's down 1-2. Guerrero with the lead at second. Kirk at first. Brown to Varsho, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Varsho sits down, and that ends a potential rally for the Blue Jays as they strand 2, and we head to the second with Toronto down 1-0. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center, streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Your home makes a statement. What is your garage door saying? Upgrade to a stunning new garage door from Precision Garage Door Service. For a limited time, enjoy $1,000 off a new door and opener, plus complimentary no-obligation estimates. Elevate your home's look, increase its value, and do it now before this offer disappears. Call Precision Garage Door Service today or book online and experience the upgrade your home deserves.
Precision Garage Door Service, a name you can trust.
Okay, only 242 transactions to code. Wait, did they submit their receipt? Whose card is this? Almost there. Okay, done. Now only 241 to go.
Not finding your flow at month end? Float puts an end to chasing receipts. Receipts are captured instantly and auto-coded by Float Intelligence. Say goodbye to manual work and get your team back into flow with Float. When finance flows, business grows.
I'm Colin Gingell from Mercedes-Benz Country Hills. Humans all have basic needs: food, water, shelter. Then the next 3 desired are luxury, performance at a great deal. For example, 0 down, 0 interest on the Mercedes-Benz C300, $348 bi-weekly. This deal is the star of our Game, Set, Match event. That's on right now. Even enhanced trade-in offers for your vehicle at Mercedes-Benz Country Hills, minutes from the Calgary Airport.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
A pinch hit 2-run double for Ernie Clement, and the Blue Jays have blown it open.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Back at Rogers Center, getting set to start the second inning. Houston Astros leading 1-0, and they actually just flashed a sign up on the big board here at Rogers Center. A couple of fans saying the tour is now complete. Ballpark 30 of 30. That's pretty awesome for a couple of fans finally getting a game in Toronto and being able to complete the Major League Baseball journey. As the first pitch comes into former Blue Jay Joey Loperfido. Strike 1 fired on a knuckle curve from Dylan Cease. Loperfido in 30 games batting .241 for the Astros as he looks at a fastball up high to even the count at 1-1. Loperfido in his career with Toronto, 84 games played, had 6 home runs and a .253 average. The lefty batter looks at the 1-1 pitch and sends it on a couple of hops out to second, scooped up by Ernie Clement on to Guerrero at first for the out, 1 away.
Loperfido wasn't thrilled with that result. It was a 4-seam fastball in the inner third. Probably a pitch that he can handle if he gets the barrel out in front. As we've seen so many times this year, that fastball just gets in on you so quickly. A lot of life through the strike zone from Dylan Cease.
Jake Meyers at the plate now. The Houston center fielder, right-handed bat. Cease fires a fastball up high for ball one. Already 30 pitches thrown for Cease after he ran into a bunch of trouble in the first, but came away giving up just the one run. Second pitch, the 1-0, down low outside with the slider. It's 2-0.
A couple of high pitch counts. 31 for Dylan Cease, 28 for Hunter Brown.
The 2-0 pitch, right down Main Street. He drops in the slider for strike one.
So even though the Blue Jays didn't score in the bottom half of that first inning, you can make the argument that they did their job. They elevated that pitch count. That's part of the game plan against Brown.
Cease looking in at the sign from Kirk. And the 2-1 pitch. In there for strike two, a swinging strike on a beautiful sweeper. Count even at 2-2. Jake Meyers batting .210. Three home runs. Looking to get on right here with one out as he looks at the next pitch. Good eye. Didn't chase that fastball outside. And another deep count, a full count, 3-2.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to lose Meyers here, hitting just .210 with 3 home runs. So you want to challenge him in a 3-2 count.
Cease delivers the pitch, fouled off toward the Blue Jay dugout. We'll do it again at 3-2. Blue Jays playing a rare afternoon game tomorrow. A Tuesday afternoon game. And then back to the evening on Wednesday to close out this series against the Astros. The 3-2 pitch fouled off, this time first base side. Pretty deep into the 100 level, about 20 rows deep. We'll do it again at 3-2.
And that game is at 4 because of that soccer game, correct? Show saying yes.
I believe anything Show Ali says.
He generally knows more than me, so yes, I'll agree with that.
And he always knows more than me. 3-2 pitch. Inside edge, but a strike on a fastball at 97. Cease catches Meyers looking, 2 away.
He just challenged him. Four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour on the inner third. Meyers obviously looking for something else. He was pretty upset with himself as he was walking past home plate.
Well, it's Looney Dog Day tomorrow too, right? So an afternoon hot dog day. So what is that, Linner? First pitch by Delgado, sent out into left field on a high fly ball. Coming in underneath it to make the grab is Jesus Sanchez to sit down the Astros. 1-0 Houston as we head to the bottom of the second. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center, streaming at sportsnet.ca and across the Sportsnet Radio Network.
It's time now for the first inning feature, and we're sitting with Alicia Ennis, the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for New Way Floors and Interiors. How did it all begin?
New Way really started as a family business built on relationships and trust. And from the very beginning, the focus has always been on quality, service, and helping people feel confident in their choices.
With so many choices, how does New Way help customers choose their right style?
That's one of the biggest reasons people come to us. It can get overwhelming very quickly, so our designers take the time to understand how you live, your taste, and your budget. We guide customers through the options, narrow things down, and make the process enjoyable instead of stressful.
How can families figure out what flooring is truly right for their home?
It really comes down to lifestyle. We ask questions about kids, pets, traffic, and how the space is used day to day. From there, we recommend products that will only look great, but also stand up to real life.
What else will people find in your 15,000 square foot showroom?
We're much more than just flooring. Our showroom includes wallpaper, window coverings, tile, and design inspiration throughout. It's really a one-stop destination where people can start imagining their entire space coming together.
Alicia, if someone is thinking about updating and evolving their home, what should they do next?
Give us a call at New Way Floors and Interiors at 403-252-3551 or visit newwayfloors.com. That's NUWAY floors.com.
Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Kazuma Okamoto leading things off now for the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the second inning with Toronto trailing 1-0. And the first pitch from Brown is sent opposite field by Okamoto toward the corner. It's going to bounce in against the netting, just foul for Okamoto.
Yeah, that might have been 5 or 6 inches foul down that right field line. I think off the bat, Okamoto was unsure. He was slowly making his way to first base.
The second inning is brought to you by Bet365. At Bet365, you can watch thousands of live games, build your own bet, even make a bet while the game's still being played. 19+, play responsibly. Ontario only. Okamoto down in the count now 0-1 after that long foul ball down the right field line. The second pitch low inside. And the count now even at 1-1 after that fastball missed for Hunter Brown. Okamoto batting .229, but with a team best 16 home runs. The 1-1 pitch. Down low, outside. 2-1.
Now you've gotten yourself in a good count, a good fastball count. And keep in mind, Hunter Brown throws about 63% fastballs. So if you're Okamoto, you're looking for something hard here.
He got it, but no cut. A fastball at 96, outer edge. It's a called strike, but Okamoto challenges. If he's not right, the Blue Jays will have none left the rest of the evening. ABS Challenge brought to you by xcopper.com. And Okamoto was wrong. Toronto does not have a challenge remaining the rest of the evening.
Yeah, Schneider probably not thrilled with that, but got to take your chances against a guy like Brown.
Count now sitting at 2-2. Brown, wind-up delivery, and misses on another fastball. This one was down low. And Okamoto gets the count full at 3-2. That 16th home run for Okamoto came on Saturday afternoon with a monster shot at Wrigley, which gave the Blue Jays the comeback victory. 3-2 pitch, and this one given a pretty solid ride out to left field, and guess what? Into the stands on a solo shot for Kazuma Okamoto, his 17th of the season, and the Blue Jays tie the game 1-1.
You work deep counts. Eventually, you're going to get a mistake. The only question is, what do you do with that mistake? Kazuma Okamoto deposits that mistake into left field. What a swing from him. It's really difficult to get runs against Hunter Brown. He's only given up 2 in his 3 starts this season. That's a good start for the Toronto Blue Jays.
The lefty bat of Jesus Sanchez steps in, looks at the first pitch, inner edge, fastball called for strike 1. Okamoto now with 17 home runs and 46 runs batted in. What a rookie campaign he's having. Sanchez fouls off the second pitch, another fastball sent deep into the 100 stands, into the last row or 2, left field side, down in the count 0-2.
Are you a guy, when you talk about the rookie season of Okamoto, do you use air quotes?
No. He's a rookie in Major League Baseball.
All right. I thought you'd be that type of guy.
0-2 fouled straight back. Listen, I say this with all the respect in the world. Not an athlete, never played at the professional level, never played at the collegiate level. You've been there in Major League Baseball and overseas. Would you not agree that there is a different level to what you see in Major League Baseball than what you saw in Japan or otherwise? Sanchez fouls off the 0-2, stays alive in the count.
Okay, so the only and I agree that
so the answer is yes.
This is truly his rookie season.
Yes. So the answer is yes.
But the only difference that I would make if I was arguing against my point is he's had 8 years in the NPB or however long he played there to figure out the swing, figure out the approach.
0-2 fastball down in the dirt, 1-2 now to Sanchez.
With that being said, I do think this is his rookie season because it's so difficult, so much more difficult in Major League Baseball than it is in Nippon professional baseball.
And the 1-2 pitch on a couple of chops out to second, picked up there by Altuve, throws over to first to Christian Walker to record the out. And Sanchez sits down, 1 away. This will bring up the number 8 hitter in the Blue Jay lineup. Not often you see a guy batting .292 and leading all vote getters in the American League for the All-Star game, Ernie Clement. And he looks at a first pitch inside for ball one. The 1-0 pitch, and Clement, line drive down the left field line, foul. And we will get a fresh baseball on a 1-1 count for Ernie Clement. What do you think about that, Chris? Leading the American League in voting.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
I was on board for that last season. Unfortunately, didn't get there, but I think he deserves it.
As Clement grounds one out to short, and Jeremy Pena picks it up, fires over to first to get the out. Recording the second out, 2 away.
Oh, all right, so Kaz Okamoto.
Oh, we're still on this?
I'm just going to circle back really quick.
All right.
Really quickly. Spent 11 seasons playing professionally in Japan.
Yes.
So you don't think he figured himself out, figured out the swing, the approach, became a seasoned player over those 11 seasons?
Andres Jimenez at the plate now. The number 9 hitter in the Blue Jay lineup, batting from the left side. First pitch fouled off. Straight back into the netting, 0-1.
And we're not talking about the quality of the opponent. Throw that out the window. I'm just talking about him figuring himself out.
Listen, the short answer is yes. If you want the short answer, it's yes, period, end of sentence, end of discussion. 0-1, outside edge, ball one, as Brown misses with the changeup, 1-1. But the longer answer is, couldn't you say that about anybody that spent 5, 6, 7, 8 years in the minors and then they finally get their chance? I mean, with due respect to Japanese baseball and to other pro leagues, it's not the major leagues. It's not Major League Baseball. It's not the best of the best.
But he's a star over
and
there.
Again,
he would have been a big leaguer for maybe 7 or 8 of those years.
Right, but he wasn't. I mean, you've played there. You can answer this question better than me.
Right now.
I know. You're trying to bust my chops. 1-2 pitch to Jimenez. And he tries to dance out of the way, but not dancing fast enough as he gets hit. Looks like he's no worse for the wear. Training staff not even coming out as Jimenez just reaches down, takes off all his padding and protection, and walks down to first base as the Blue Jays get a runner on with 2 away.
Yeah, Joe Espada looking over at Astros catcher Yainer Diaz and saying, we're not challenging. That ball actually hit the dirt first and then hit Andres Jimenez in the leg as it was coming up, so probably felt okay.
Back to the top of the order with George Springer right back at Brown. It ricochets off Brown's back. They throw to first late, and George Springer is in safely at first base. But right now you're concerned about Hunter Brown taking a hot shot ground ball right off his back from George Springer.
Yeah, training staff, Joe Espada, the manager, coming out to see him. Josh Miller, the pitching coach, tagging along. And fortunately for the Blue Jays, that was going right at Jose Altuve. The inning would have been over. But that just squares up Hunter Brown right at the bottom of that lower back area. And George Springer's at first base.
Tell you what, to give credit to Reynel Delgado, too, at third base. I mean, he jumped on that baseball quickly and still had an opportunity to try and throw out George. Springer ultimately, yes, did get there in time.
Are they looking at his arm or his back?
Well, we see on a replay now, the elbow was tucked down beside his back when he turned his body, and it looked as though the ball might have caught part of the elbow and his back. I want to see another replay to know for sure.
Well, luckily for the Astros, it's the left arm. It's not the throwing arm. So even if that left arm stings, you can still continue on in this ball game. He is shaking out that left arm, that glove side.
Well, hopefully for his sake and the Astros, he's all right. Blue Jays for a second straight inning, trying to put together a little rally with 2 away as they get 2 on with 2 away. And bringing up Nathan Lucas. Pitch from Lucas inside. As Brown missed with a fastball at 96.
Hunter Brown just threw his 49th pitch of the ball game. We're still in the bottom of the second inning with 2 outs. Blue Jays are doing a really good job of working deep counts. Nathan Lucas sees a strike on his first pitch.
First and second with 2 away. Blue Jays and Astros tied 1-1. Toronto getting a solo home run from Kazuma Okamoto in this inning to tie the game at 1-1. The 1-0 pitch to Lucas, fouled straight back, just over the netting, just below us. And Lucas now down to the count, 0-2. Brown comes set, looks in at the sign, fires on the 0-2 pitch, upper edge, and Lucas offered at it, and he strikes out to end this inning as he's caught looking. But the Blue Jays again have tied the game as we head to the third. 1-1 is the score as you're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center, streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Before FanDuel launches in Alberta on July 13th, check out our responsible gaming tools like My FanDuel Spend, deposit limits, and time limits so you can track your activity and stay in control of the action. For all the ways you play, FanDuel has the tools you need to help keep you in control of the action.
Please play responsibly. Alberta only. 18 plus. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.22.ca. Standard message and data rates may apply.
You've cruised past gas station lineups on epic non-stop weekend getaways. But today, you're switching over to battery power to get back to the daily grind. The Toyota Prius plug-in hybrid. 2 powertrains, 1 efficient drive. It's time to Toyota. Receive a $5,000 lease incentive. Plus, get up to a $2,500 federal rebate for eligible customers on select 2026 Prius plug-in hybrid models. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Prairie Toyota dealer today.
It's the halfway to Boxing Day sale at Visions Electronics, and there's nothing halfway about it. With incredible Boxing Day savings up to 80%. TVs, home audio, appliances, headphones, car audio, laptops, and more. And save even more when you pick up in store. Plus no interest and no payments until 2028. All the benefits of Visions Boxing Day sale without all the frostbite and snow shovels. The halfway to Boxing Day sale, proudly Canadian. See all the deals in store and at visions.ca.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan. Radio Network.
Getting set to start the third inning. Blue Jays baseball brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center in Collingwood and Bracebridge, Ontario. Protect your vehicle with Canada's #1 rust protection. Find your local Crown Rust Control family at crown.com. First pitch swinging out into left field on a soft line drive. Jesus Sanchez gets over to record the out, and it's a long out for Jeremy Pena, 1 away.
Jeremy Pena has been very aggressive in this ball game. He swung at the first pitch for a base hit in the first inning, and he swings at the first pitch there. Both were fastballs. Gets jammed and hits a little weak fly ball out to Jesus Sanchez for the first out of the inning.
It'll be now Yordan Alvarez at the plate.
That's a big out.
Big time.
You want the bases empty when he comes to the plate.
And again, fresh blood for Dylan Cease after Kazuma Okamoto tied this ball game in the bottom of the second inning with a solo home run. His 17th of the season is the most in Blue Jays history through a player's first 76 games of their career. Chris LaRue is like, well, hold on a second.
Look, that's not my argument. That's not my argument.
Alvarez gets ahead 2-0 now as Cease misses with the sinker. The 2-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. No doubt about that sinker. 1-2. Or excuse me, 2-1. Alvarez on the season batting .322. And his numbers, not even at the midway point, are monstrous. The 2-1 pitch, missing from Cease. The fastball brings the count now to 3-1. I mentioned those numbers. Batting .322 with 25 home runs and 56 runs batted in. 3-1 pitch fouled straight back. You heard it ricochet off that signage at the backstop, and another full count at 3-2.
And there's been a lot of talk whether or not he's going to be available at the trade deadline. The Houston Astros have won 6 of 9. They're starting to play a little bit better, so who knows?
Put on your fantasy GM hats. Alvarez caught looking. What a pitch from Cease. On a four-seam fastball at 97, and it was almost right down Main Street.
Yeah, I don't think that's where they wanted that pitch. They were trying to elevate the four-seam fastball, but sometimes you miss, and it's a good miss, and you catch Alvarez in between. He's not in between very often, but that'll tell you how good the stuff of Dylan Cease.
Christian Walker now at the plate with 2 out here in the third inning. We are in the Timber Mart broadcast booth. Every winning build starts with a solid lineup, quality lumber, trusted materials, and expert advice. From the first pitch to the final out, your local Timber Mart helps you build it right. Timber Mart, Canada's building center. The 1-0 pitch, big whiff. Swing and a miss from Walker, 1-1. Walker unable to get to that slider. He's got some decent, if not gaudy, numbers as well. The average not great at 241, but 18 home runs and 52 runs batted in. Check swing foul ball, now down in the count, 1-2.
And he seems pretty uncomfortable in that batter's box. Dylan Cease got him in the first inning on a slider away, got him to swing over the top of it. Little half swing, check swing there on a fastball up.
Cease with the 1-2 pitch. Down low, skip the dirt. Missed with that slider. It's 2-2.
Seems like Dylan Cease has found the release point since it's been a little bit erratic in that first inning. He's thrown a lot more strikes here in the second inning and now the third inning.
Walker gets a piece of the 2-2 pitch, the sweeper that came in from Cease, fouls it off. We'll do it again at 2-2. Cease just threw his 50th pitch of the game. Here in the top of the third inning with the Astros and Blue Jays tied 1-1. Dylan Cease in search of his 5th win of the season. And he gets another strikeout. And back-to-back strikeouts looking as Walker saw one painted on the inside edge. The 4th strikeout of the game for Cease sends us to the bottom of the third. Tied 1-1, you're listening to Blue Jays Baseball. Brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center, streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Hi, I'm the fast-talking legal voice from car ads. I list exciting features, then tell you they're not included. But not today. The Subaru Crosstrek has all-wheel drive, X-Mode, EyeSight driver assist, and more. Now, normally I'd say feature availability may vary by model and select trims, but it all comes standard on the base model. Standard. Ah, it's nice being heard. Don't compromise this summer. Hurry into your local Subaru dealer for lease rates as low as 1.49% for up to 24 months. Conditions apply. Subaru. Uncommon comes standard.
Okay, only 242 transactions to code. Wait, did they submit their receipt? Whose card is this? Almost there. Okay, done. Now only 241 to go.
Not finding your flow at month end? Float puts an end to chasing receipts. Receipts are captured instantly and auto-coded by Float Intelligence. Say goodbye to manual work and get your team back into flow with Float. When finance flows, business grows.
A serious car. With Play Alberta, all revenue stays in Alberta, and it makes all the difference. Play Alberta is the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So whether you play, bet, or buy, know that your fun also helps make a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca and start having fun today. That's playalberta.ca. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Strike three.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Getting set to start the bottom of the third inning, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will lead things off for the Blue Jays. Toronto and Houston tied 1-1. Hunter Brown, the righty, on the mound for the Astros. Fires in the first pitch to Guerrero, inside edge. And it just misses the belt buckle of Guerrero, who gets ahead in the count 1-0. An awkward-looking swing for Guerrero as he was fooled badly by that sinker. And the count even at 1-1.
It's a lot of movement on that sinker. Started down the middle and ran all the way in off the plate.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. Vladdy watched that slider.
Sinker in, slider away. That's the way opposing teams have been pitching to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for the better part of the season. I would say going on a couple of months now. That's been the way they've been doing it.
Let's see what Brown does right here with the 1-2 pitch. And he got Vladdy on a knuckle curve. Guerrero strikes out. 1 away.
He threw him everything in that at-bat. Sinker, slider, knuckle curve. A little bit of a backup knuckle curve there. Probably the reason Vladimir Guerrero Jr. looked a little bit awkward on that swing, expecting it to break a different way, expecting it to break a little bit more than it did, but the backup curveball is very effective.
Alejandro Kirk with his second at-bat. Had a base hit to right field in his first. And he looks at a first pitch strike. Fastball at 93 from Hunter Brown. 0-1 to Kirk. Going to ask for time and steps out of the box for a moment. And Hunter Brown doesn't seem happy about the fact that Kirk was granted time. He's having quite the little jaw jack right now with home plate umpire Bill Miller. Kirk now digs back in, waiting for Brown to step back out under the rubber. Brown fires on the 0-1. Big cut, swing and a miss on a slider from Kirk, now down 0-2. His base hit in his first at-bat came with 2 strikes. Going to try and do it again right here. The windup, the delivery, way up high. It's 1-2. Out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by St. Louis Bar and Grill, 100% Canadian-owned and operated since 1992. Happy hour starts at just $4 and is on every day, open to 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. to close. Visit stlouiswings.com for details. This one fouled off by Kirk. The 1-2 pitch. He'll stay alive. We'll do it again. And on that out-of-town scoreboard, Kansas City leads Tampa 2-1. Bottom of the 6th, New York, the Yankees that is, trailing Detroit 5-1. Top of the 6th. Looks like you were getting ready to say something there, Chris. With Kirky down 1-2. Hunter Brown, wind-up, delivery, and outside, missing with the slider. It's 2-2. Thought you might have had another Okamoto gem for me. This one dribbled in front of the plate by Kirk, and it dribbles foul. We'll do it again at 2-2.
Hey, man, that was a gem. You have to think about that. And whoever is putting those, all those votes together, who's ever voting for Rookie of the Year, that has to go through your mind.
Absolutely. You're not wrong.
We're done with this.
You're not wrong. I'm not saying you're right, but you're not wrong. The 2-2 pitch. Hammered on a couple of dribbles out to third. And that should be an easy play. And it is. As Delgado picks it up, throws over to first to record the out, 2 away.
As much as Dylan Cease has found the command on the Blue Jays side, it seems like Hunter Brown is really starting to settle in as well. Both of those guys have elevated pitch counts. Hunter Brown now at 62 pitches here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They're both starting to settle in and make better pitches.
We'll see if the Blue Jays can try to put together another 2-out rally here in the bottom of the 3rd with the score tied 1-1. Dalton Varsho at the plate, lefty bat, looks in at the first pitch, outside edge, the sinker in for strike 1. Toronto in each of the first 2 innings with runners at first and second with 2 away and unable to cash anybody in both of those situations. Will they do it again right here? Varsho fouls off just to our left, and again ricochets off the box beside us. That close. LaRue wants a souvenir. A late Father's Day gift.
Would you ever try to catch a foul ball with your bare hand?
1,000%.
Oh, get out of here.
1,000%.
I don't believe that for a second.
I am not stupid. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. We've got Show Ali with us in the box tonight, too, front row. So he's got big mitts. He might try to catch that thing. Plus, if it hits the floor, now it's a three-man battle for that souvenir, not just the two of us. Varsho, the 1-2 pitch, and he gets underneath it. Left field line over toward the netting and unable to make the play as it goes about 3 rows deep was Reynel Delgado. So still life in the lungs at the plate for Dalton Varsho.
Put together a pretty good at-bat. About to see his 6th pitch. 66 pitches now for Brown. And again, we're only in the bottom of the 3rd inning, so he doesn't have much more time, especially when you think about the fact that this is just his 2nd start after coming back from the IL.
And he took the whack to the back in the last inning as well. The 1-2 pitch. Just missing. The sinker. A little bit too high. And Varsho sees the count now even at 2-2. Varsho's average sitting on 255. Trying to get on base right here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd. He looks at ball 3. Nice take there. The changeup way outside from Brown. And another full count, 3-2.
And you can guarantee that he doesn't want to walk Varsho with Okamoto standing on deck.
The 3-2 pitch. Fouled off by Varsho. Stays alive. We'll do it again.
Challenged him. Fastball right down the middle. Varsho just missed it. Wouldn't be surprised if he challenges him again.
Again, we saw Varsho go deep on Saturday on a 3-run shot against the Cubs, as did the man on deck, Kazuma Okamoto. So some pop in this Blue Jay lineup right here. And now Yainer Diaz running out to the mound to have a quick chat with Brown about his approach.
Yeah, they're going to figure out what they want to throw here. He's also about to throw his 8th pitch of the at-bat, so you want to give your pitcher a little bit of a breather. Probably mentioning, hey, Kaz Okamoto standing on deck, a guy that seemed relatively comfortable in his last at-bat, hit a home run. So you don't want to walk him here, but you still want to make a good pitch because Dalton Varsho, he can get the ball out of here in a hurry as well. He showed that on Saturday against the Cubs.
Kind of a quiet crowd right now. DJ trying to rally on the troops as Varsho looks at a pitch on the outside edge for ball 4. The knuckle curve, no good. And Toronto gets another base runner with 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd.
That's a great at-bat. And that at-bat tells me, along with other things that have been happening with Dalton Varsho, is he's starting to see the ball better. He's feeling a little bit more comfortable up there. Hunter Brown is one of the best right-handed pitchers in baseball. So when you have a good at-bat like that, probably boosts the confidence just a little bit.
Kazuma Okamoto steps to the plate and watches a sinker up high outside for ball 1. The solo shot in the 2nd inning tied this game 1-1. That's where we stand right now in the bottom of the 3rd. Varsho with the lead at first. He's being held on by Walker. As Brown fires the 1-0 pitch. And that one down low. Nice take from Okamoto. Didn't chase that sinker. Ahead 2-0.
I'm taking a chance here. I'm getting big if I'm Okamoto. You don't get many chances against Brown, and he's in a good spot right here. Heading to count 2-0. Likely to see a fastball.
The 2-0 pitch, and it wasn't a fastball. He drops in a knuckle curve on the outside edge for strike 1.
That was beautiful. Gutsy, too. You don't want to go to 3-0 against Kaz Okamoto.
Count now sitting at 2-1. Varsho looked like he might have tried to take off, but instead scampers back to the bag as Okamoto watches a slider go outside and gets ahead in the count 3-1.
Seems like he's starting to shy away from the heater. 63% heaters on the season so far, although it's a smaller sample size, just 3 starts coming into this one.
This is going to be his 75th pitch right here. Varsho takes off on the 3-1. Pitch outside, it's ball 4. Check that. It was a called strike. I thought that was well outside. Blue Jays don't have a challenge. But Varsho gets the stolen base nevertheless. His 6th of the season. Okamoto now faces a full count. 3-2 with 2 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Brown set, looks at it second. Varsho with the lead, not being held on. Kicks and fires to Okamoto, who fouls one off third base side, dribbling toward the side wall. We'll do it again at 3-2.
That stolen base is really important because now all you have to do is get some to the outfield. And Dalton Varsho, who's going to be off on contact with 2 outs in this inning, is going to score very easily from second base.
1-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. Blue Jays and Astros. A 3-2 pitch to Okamoto is up high, inside. Nice take from Kaz. And the Blue Jays, for a third straight inning, get first and second with 2 away.
Pitching coach Josh Miller is going to come out and have a chat with his catcher and his pitcher. And it almost looks like all of a sudden he's lost control again. He's lost command of his stuff. We've already mentioned that he's shied away from the fastball over the last couple of batters or so. It was very off-speed heavy, especially against Dalton Varsho and Kaz Okamoto. I wouldn't be surprised if this is his last batter. Again, this is his second start since coming off the IL. You don't want to run him into the ground.
77 pitches thrown, and we're not even through the third inning. Blue Jays and Astros tied 1-1 on a beautiful night in downtown Toronto with the roof peeled back, and the Blue Jays opening up a 10-game homestand. They've also won 4 of their last 5. You kind of forget about that, given the fact that they got blown out in that first game against the Cubs, but came back with a monster win, a comeback victory on Saturday, then rained out yesterday. So the Blue Jays certainly have some momentum rolling right now, a chance to hit 500 if they can get a win tonight. First pitch to Sanchez is down low from Brown, missing with the changeup, and Jesus Sanchez gets ahead 1-0. Varsho with the lead at second. Okamoto with the lead at first. The lefty bat of Sanchez as he digs in, awaiting the pitch from Brown, who kicks and fires on the 1-0. Outside edge, it's a called strike, another one that was close. But again, the Blue Jays have no challenges. I think that ball was well outside, but the count sits at 1-1.
That's what happens when you use your challenges early, unfortunately for the Jays.
Big cut, swing and a miss from Sanchez. Couldn't catch up to that heater at 95 as Brown reached back and uncorked that one on his 80th pitch of the game, trying to get out of this inning right here. 1-1 bottom 3, 2 on, 2 out. Sanchez down on the count, 1-2. Brown kicks, fires, and that pitch gets away from him and came way inside on a sinker, and that catches Sanchez. The crowd immediately responds in booing at Brown, but there's no doubt that was far from intentional. It looked like that ball slipped out of his hands on the release.
Yeah, 2-2 count. There's no intent there. Obviously, you never want to see a fastball 95 miles an hour come up and in to any of your hitters, but that barely hit Jesus Sanchez. I think that might have got just his jersey on that right arm, and doesn't look like Joe Espada is going to come out of that dugout, so they're going to let Hunter Brown face Ernie Clement here with 2 outs.
Big moment right now for Clement with the bases juiced. And now inside again, the knuckle curve kind of getting away from Brown, and the crowd buzzing again. The 1-0 pitch, and Clement pops it up. Third base side going to make its way into the stands, though, as the count now sits at 1-1.
Sinking fastball up and in off the plate. Really tough pitch to handle. I mean, if there's one guy, actually 2 guys on the field right now that potentially swinging at that pitch, Ernie Clement and Jose Altuve standing out at second base.
Ernie, again, the leading vote getter in the American League as of this afternoon, batting .291 with the bases loaded right now. Clement looks at a 1-1 pitch outside. At least it's called a ball. Tapping his helmet was Yainer Diaz. ABS Challenge brought to you by xcopper.com. And we'll see if Diaz was correct. Indeed, it was a strike, and it was actually almost entirely in the zone. I'll tell you what, let's be honest, folks. Bill Miller is having a rough night.
It's okay. Can't be perfect every night.
I don't even know if he's at 60% right now. Clement getting set for the 1-2 pitch. Brown fires, and Ernie on a couple of chops out to third backhand stab by Delgado, who trots over, steps on the bag, and the Blue Jays strand the bases juice. Tough one there for Clement and the Blue Jays, as we are still tied 1-1. Heading to the fourth, you're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center. Streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Hey, it's Steinberg for Jiffy, and you know I've been using Jiffy for work around my condo for years now. That's because the Jiffy app is your one-stop shop for connecting you with great Calgary pros for whatever job you need done. And now it's your turn to try. And if you use the code FAN960, you're going to get $25 off of your first job with Jiffy. So whether you need something done outdoors now that the weather's nice, or something indoors like a plumbing job or electrical work, Jiffy has you covered. Try that code out yourself. It's FAN960 for $25 off of your first job, and you can find out about how easy it is to book a job and how convenient it is for your pro to show up on time, exactly when they said they would. No endless phone calls, no annoying internet searches, and no tedious waiting around. Just a guaranteed job done right, totally on your terms. Download the Jiffy app or sign up at jiffyondemand.com and use the code FAN960 for $25 off of your first job. Jiffy, Canada's #1 home maintenance app.
Selling your vehicle online? Get ready for the tire kickers, the time wasters, and the "is this still available" messages. Skip the chaos with South Trail Exports. We give you a real offer instantly. Bring your vehicle in, get a quick appraisal, and walk out with cash. No marketplace drama, no pressure, just a smooth, simple sale. South Trail Exports. Sell smart, sell fast. Go to southtrailexports.com for details.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Varsho slams it to right field. Way back. We're tied.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Top of the fourth inning, Blue Jays and Astros tied 1-1 as Dylan Cease back out on the mound for Toronto. And the first pitch to Isaac Paredes is up high inside for ball one. Fastball clocked at 96. The 52nd pitch thrown for Cease, as his pitch numbers have come down and kind of regulated after throwing quite a few in the first inning. The 1-0 pitch is up high again. Missing with yet another fastball, 2-0.
He was sitting in that dugout for a long time. So you have to think that it'll take him a couple of pitches to find the release point, find the command again.
Here comes the 2-0 offering. In there for strike one with a fastball. Well, I mean, we're about an hour 15 into the ball game, and we're just now starting the fourth inning. And it's only a 1-1 game, not like we've seen a bunch of rallies, but as I have mentioned a few times, the Blue Jays getting first and second, and now in this past inning, first, second, and third with two away in each of the first three innings, but unable to come up with anything other than the one run.
Yeah, both of these guys obviously with elite stuff, so they can get themselves into trouble and they can get themselves out of trouble. Hasn't been the pitcher's duel, or quite the pitcher's duel that we expected.
Cease fires in the slider for a 2-2 count and comes back with a fastball that is fouled off by Paredes. As he stays alive, we'll do it again at 2-2. The fourth inning brought to you by Bet365. At Bet365, you can bet live in-game on game props, totals, and the money line. Download the app for the latest odds. 19 plus. Play responsibly. Ontario only. Cease getting set for the 2-2 offering. Kicks and fires. And it's up high with a fastball and another full count. Toronto sitting at 38-39 overall on the season. Looking for the victory tonight. They're fifth in 6 games and their second straight if they can get this one. We're still a long ways away from the end, though, as the 3-2 pitch is fouled off on the first base side, down that right field side. We'll do it again at 3-2.
Good four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour, right on the black. Paredes doing a good job just fouling it off and staying alive.
The right-handed DH looking at the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased after that slider. Another strikeout for Cease. One away.
It did seem like after falling behind 2-0, he found the release point. That slider right there might have been the best slider of the night so far. Looked like a strike, dove out of that strike zone, staying on top of it. That's the key to that slider. You don't want to get around it. You want to stay on top and make sure it has that good downward action.
5 Ks on the evening for Cease. And the first pitch into Jose Altuve is good for strike one. Another fastball. This one clocked over 98 miles an hour. Altuve walked in his first and only at-bat of the ballgame. Inside. Cease comes in with the sinker. Evens the count at 1-1. The windup and delivery on the 1-1 pitch, and a beauty dropped in by Cease with the knuckle curve. It's 1-2.
I'll tell you what, it's really difficult to get Jose Altuve to buckle at the knees, and that curveball did just that.
The 1-2 pitch. Missed down low with that one. The slider. A good take from Altuve. Evens the count at 2-2.
Yeah, you saw that one out of the hands a little bit better. You can see him following that pitch in all the way, bending at the knees. Pretty easy take from the veteran.
Cease looking in at Kurt. The windup and delivery on the 2-2 pitch. And Altuve reaches out, slaps this one on a couple of dribbles down to third. It goes foul, picked up by Okamoto. He's going to toss it towards the stands, likely a souvenir for somebody down there on the third base side. As Altuve heads back to the box and will get set to dig in for another 2-2 offering. Here in the top of the fourth inning, with the Blue Jays and Astros tied 1-1. Altuve second among active players with over 2,400 hits, 2,438 to be exact.
So if my math is right, he's 62 away from 2,500.
One,
right?
Carry the 2. Yes. I'm not great at math, but you're
thanks
right.
for helping me out there.
You're right. 562 away from 3,000. How about that? I did that on my toes.
I don't know if he's going to get there.
3-2 pitch will be coming up in a moment after Altuve shows a great eye on the 2-2 to fight this count to full. Great job by Jose Altuve. Here's some trivia for you.
He's 36 years old. Do you think he gets there?
Probably not. Cease with the 3-2 pitch. In there for strike 3. Catches Altuve looking. What a pitch by Dylan Cease. Froze him again with that knuckle curve. 2 away.
He's got a good feel for that pitch so far in this inning. That pitch is just straight down, starting at the mask of Alejandro Kirk, breaking to the bottom of the strike zone. A beautiful pitch, especially in a 3-2 count of a 1-1 ball game. Really gutsy pitch.
And this will bring up Yainer Diaz. Nobody on, 2 away for the Astros. Cease with the first pitch. Missing outside with the knuckle curve. 1-0. All right, here's a trivia question. Don't Google.
I'm not Googling.
I'm looking over to make sure he's not cheating, folks. I trust my guy, Chris. I trust him. I don't know about show, but I trust Chris. The 1-0 pitch. Outside again, 2-0. I mentioned Jose Altuve as second among active players in hits. Who's number 1? Number 1 in baseball right now in active players with over 2,500 hits. The 2-0 pitch. Couple of chops down to third. It rolls foul, and the count now sits at 2-1.
Is it obvious? Like, should I get this?
I don't know if the answer is obvious, but the player is a multi-time All-Star, well-known player, very, very, very well-known player.
Mike Trout?
No. 2-1 pitch. But from the same state, at least in terms of the team he plays for.
Freddie Freeman?
Bingo.
Yeah.
2,508 hits. And another ABS challenge brought to you by xcopper.com. As the Astros didn't like that call, specifically Yainer Diaz, who tapped the helmet, and instead of a 2-2 count, he now gets ahead 3-1. Cease, the windup, and this one pops straight up. should stay in fair territory. Over toward third base. Making the grab is Kazuma Okamoto to retire the side. Sends us to the bottom of the fourth with the Blue Jays and Astros tied 1-1. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center. Streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Hey, it's Steinberg for Jiffy, and I told you all about how Jiffy saved me recently with a plumbing emergency, but I didn't tell you the whole story. See, I keep talking about Jiffy's satisfaction guarantee, and let me tell you how it helped me. So, Daniel came by to fix my busted bathtub and shower situation, and it looked like an easy fix. But after he left, turns out it was a bigger fix than originally anticipated. So, I messaged Daniel on the Jiffy app. He came right back on a busy day, raced out to the hardware store, got all the parts we needed for the real fix, and made sure the job was done right. And the only extra charge for me were the parts, because that's what a satisfaction guarantee is all about. So not only is Jiffy the instant, stress-free way to connect to all kinds of home maintenance pros, it's also a guaranteed job done right every single time. Download the Jiffy app or sign up at jiffyondemand.com and use the code FAN960 for $25 off your first job. Jiffy, Canada's #1 home maintenance app.
I'm Colin Gingell from Mercedes-Benz Country Hills. Humans all have basic needs: food, water, shelter. Then the next three desired are luxury, performance at a great deal. For example, 0 down, 0 interest on the Mercedes-Benz C300. $348 bi-weekly. This deal is the star of our Game, Set, Match event. That's on right now. Even enhanced trade-in offers for your vehicle at Mercedes-Benz Country Hills, minutes from the Calgary Airport.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Called strike 3. Blue Jays win. Toronto takes the first 2 at Fenway Park.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Bottom of the fourth inning, and we are in the Timbermart broadcast booth. Strong builds start in the dugout with the right game plan and the right materials. From framing lumber to finishing supplies, your local Timbermart helps you build with confidence from the ground up. That's a home run build at Timbermart, Canada's building center. And we have a pitching change brought to you by Home Hardware, official home improvement retailer for the Toronto Blue Jays, locally owned, genuinely Canadian. And coming into the ball game now to pitch for the Astros is A.J. Bluba. And the first pitch swinging is a line drive base hit out to right field for the number 9 hitter, Andres Gimenez.
Lineup flips over to George Springer, who's been swinging the bat a little bit better. I tell you what, that's a beautiful swing from Andres Gimenez. That's about as good as it gets. And when he's right, when that foot gets down in time and that barrel gets out in front, it's one of the prettier swings in baseball.
So the right-handed blue ball looks in now at Springer with a lead at first for Gimenez. Inside, blue ball misses with the changeup to Springer, who gets ahead 1-0. George tonight 1 for 2. He got on base in his last at-bat after a hit that went straight back and ricocheted off the back and arm of Hunter Brown. Ultimately stranded on base, though. Outside edge, blue ball misses with a fastball. Springer gets ahead 2-0. 1-1, Jays and Astros here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Gimenez being held on at first by the first baseman, Christian Walker. Blue ball looks in at the sign. Springer ahead 2-0 and make it 3-0 as the sweeper is well outside and down low.
And I would guess that George is taking all the way here, but it is also a good time to swing the bat if you get your pitch. If you get a fastball over the heart of the plate, why not try to get the bat head out and see if you can drive something.
Blue ball kicks, fires on the 3-0 pitch. Inside misses. 4 straight pitches, 4 straight balls. A free pass for Springer, and maybe a chance for the Blue Jays to get something going here in the fourth inning.
Looked like he was taken all the way there. Was pretty comfortable during that pitch, and now Nathan Lucas coming to the plate, a guy that gives you a pretty good at-bat. See if he can move the runners into scoring position.
The lefty bat of Lucas getting set for the first pitch from Bluba. And he shows bunt. Pulled it back at the last second as that pitch came high inside. And the fastball missing for ball one. Lucas tonight 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. The average still above 300 though. Officially at 301. Couple of runners on. First and second with none out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The corner's in for the Astros as Lucas drops down a beauty bunt. It rolls just to the right of the mound and a high throw at first. Altuve covering the bag. Had to jump up to secure the baseball, and that allowed Lucas to get his foot down safely on the bag. And the Blue Jays have the bases loaded with none away.
I wouldn't be surprised if they give that a base hit. Nathan Lucas might be safe regardless of what happened to that throw. Maybe not. We're seeing the replay, but that's a huge break for the Blue Jays. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. coming to the plate. Bases loaded, nobody out. This is the biggest spot in this ball game.
Big cut from Vladdy as he whiffs through a cutter. Strike one. The chance of Vladdy starting to pick up pace and rain down at the Dome. A huge moment for Guerrero. And he chased after a sweeper way outside down low, completely fooled by that pitch.
Yeah, it's just Vlad trying to do too much. You have to slow the game down, stay within yourself, and wait for your pitch. Now 2 strikes on you. You shorten up, you try to hit something to the outfield and score that run from third base.
Guerrero down 0-2, none out, bases loaded, bottom of the fourth, 1-1 game. And down low outside, that ball skipped the dirt. Jimenez took a couple of steps closer to home, and then Vladdy said, no, stay where you are. As Yainer Diaz, the catcher, got on top of that baseball quickly. Count now sits at 1-2 to Vladdy. Crowd starting to buzz again. Trying to rally on the team and Vladdy specifically, who watches another one down low. Nice take from Guerrero this time on the cutter to even the count at 2-2.
I'll tell you what the problem is. He can hear those chants. He knows that everybody in the building wants him to do something big here, and that's probably putting a little bit of pressure on him, maybe forcing him to do something he's not comfortable doing.
2-2 pitch. And he got underneath it and gave it a huge ride, but way too early, and sends it into the second deck as he just yanked it down that third base line into the fifth row of the second deck.
Big smile on his face, too. You know that he wants to get something out of here. He wants a big moment. He wants everything to turn around, not only for the team, but for him personally as well.
Blue ball with the 2-2 pitch. Outside. The fastball missing. And Guerrero battles back to a full count.
Good place to be if you're Vlad. Now the question is, do you challenge Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? 3-2 count, bases loaded, still nobody out.
Here comes the 3-2. And this one is ripped into left field. A sinking liner is caught. Tagging at third, though, and sliding in to score is Jimenez. So it's an RBI for Guerrero, and the Blue Jays take a 2-1 lead.
That's a great at-bat from Vlad. A couple of questionable swings at pitches outside of the strike zone, but Vladimir Guerrero Jr. does his job. He lifts something to the outfield, and Nathan Lucas scores Andres Jimenez scores relatively easily from third base, and the Blue Jays have a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the fourth.
Springer at second, Lucas at first. First and second was still just one away for the Blue Jays, who now lead 2-1. First pitch to Kirk. The cutter missing for ball one. A little bit low, a little bit outside. Kirk tonight 1 for 2 with a single in the first. First and second with just one away. And a big cut from Kirk. Couldn't catch that cutter. Might have got a little piece of that, but either way, count now even at 1-1.
Trying to go deep with that swing. That front left shoulder went flying.
Bluebaugh kicks, fires on the 1-1 pitch. And this one is put out into right field on a lazy fly ball, and charging in to make the grab is Joey Loperfido to record the out, 2 away. Dalton Varsho now going to step up with 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Blue Jays leading 2-1. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. a couple of moments ago with a sac fly to left field, scoring Andres Jimenez as the Blue Jays trailed this game 1-0. They've come back to take a 2-1 lead. Varsho hoping to extend this inning and maybe even extend the lead. The lefty bat of Varsho awaiting the pitch from Bluebaugh. And he swings at the first pitch on a line drive out to center field. Decent ride, but just before the track, ranging back to make the grab is Jake Myers, and he retires the side. Blue Jays again, though, get 1 run to take a 2-1 lead into the 5th. As you're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center, streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
I finished a 5K in 94th place, right after a man wearing jeans. Then a volunteer gave me a medal. But I don't want participation trophies, unless they're from Bet365. With their daily prize matcher game, I win by matching gold coins, cherries, and more. Take that, denim man. Thanks, Bet365. Must be 19 or older, Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have questions or concerns about your gambling or the gambling of someone close to you, please go to connectsontario.ca. T&C supply.
At Subway, we like to ask, how spicy do you want to be?
So, tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Yo, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Yo!
Subway's new Wannabe Spicy menu. 3 subs from mild piri-piri ranch chicken to wild hot honey chicken, all the way to wicked Nashville-style deli. Freshly prepared on our new ghost pepper bread. Just tell us which one you really, really want.
I want to really, really, really want a zig-a-zig.
Sounds good. Want to make it a combo?
How spicy do you want to be? Subway, eat fresh, feel good. Freshly prepared, limited time at participating restaurants.
It's Charles Barkley with Wayfair. It's outdoor season, and my patio setup, that'll be ready to play. That's where Wayfair wins. Patio seating, umbrellas, and grills, all delivered fast and easy. Shop Wayfair.ca now.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
The wait is over, Calgary. Real Canadian Superstore is now open with a fresh new look. Earn bonus PC Optima points on cosmetics. Enjoy savings on PC sheets and save on barbecue accessories. Visit Real Canadian Superstore at 110 3400 69th Street Northwest. Conditions apply. See flyer for details.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Vladdy running into foul territory, makes the over-the-shoulder catch, and the Blue Jays win the game.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Getting set to start the 5th inning. Dylan Cease back out on the mound for the Blue Jays and now pitching with a 2-1 lead. And first pitch swinging. Joey Loperfido fouls one off and falls down in the count 0-1. Loperfido tonight against one of his former teams is 0 for 1 as he looks at the next pitch from Cease, a fastball. Just missing, evens the count, 1-1. I was being generous with the just missing. That was quite high. As Cease fires on the 1-1 pitch. That went up high, but Loperfido apparently went after it, according to Bill Miller. You'll take that. The home plate umpire says that is indeed a strike. And Loperfido down to the count 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Up high, 2-2. Cease coming in with a fastball at 98. Still good velo as he just tossed in his 76th pitch of the game. Top of the 5th inning, Blue Jays leading 2-1. Cease with the windup and the delivery on the 2-2 pitch. Missed with that one. Tried to get that knuckle curve dropping in again. And another full count at 3-2. This time for Joey Loperfido.
That pitch has had really, really good spin. Good downward action, just missed below that strike zone.
The 3-2 offering. Caught looking again. The Houston Astros don't know what seems to be coming at them, from Dylan Cease. His 7th strikeout of the game, one away.
The 5th inning is brought to you by Shell V-Power Nitro Plus. Want more performance from your vehicle? Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline is engineered to give you more power and more performance with every drive.
First pitch fouled off by Jake Myers, down in the count 0-1. The number 8 hitter for the Astros with one out here. I'm just having a quick look. If my horrible scorekeeping is correct, 5 of the 7 strikeouts for Dylan Cease have been backwards Ks, catching Houston Astros looking. This one isn't going to be a strikeout, but it's an out nevertheless on a long fly ball to center field. Myers is retired by Dalton Varsho, 2 away.
And looking at how this game is going to progress, let's say it stays 2-1. How big is that rain out yesterday? You kind of preserve some of those guys in that bullpen. A day off for Louis Varland and Braden Fisher and Mason Fluharty.
Strike 1, tossed in to Delgado, Reynel Delgado, the Astros' third baseman, down in the count 0-1. It's a great point, Chris. Extra rest for Dylan Cease. Extra time for Shane Bieber to think about his first start of the season. He'll be on the mound tomorrow afternoon for the Blue Jays. Cease comes back on the 0-1, misses with the changeup, 1-1.
I will say, great for the bullpen, probably great for Shane Bieber, but I guarantee that Dylan Cease was ready to pitch yesterday. He's probably the one guy that wasn't thrilled with that rain out.
1-1, swing and a miss, changeup. Delgado went after it but missed, and he's down 1-2. Delgado stepping out of the box for a moment, now digs back in. Cease looking for an 8th strikeout on the evening. The 1-2 pitch, and this one on a couple of hops behind second base. It actually hit the bag, picked up there by Jimenez, over to first, and what a stretch by Vladdy. With the splits at first, they record the out and get Delgado by a half step and send us to the bottom of the 5th with Toronto leading 2-1. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center, streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, bases loaded, full count. Head to betway.ca and bet your way. Must be 19 plus, Ontario only. Play responsibly. Concerned about your gambling? Visit connectsontario.ca.
Don't let your favorite summer getaway take you away from your favorite summer pastime.
It is something to watch.
Stream the Blue Jays with Sportsnet Plus from your favorite devices. Anytime, anywhere. Subscribe at sportsnetplus.ca. Mondays on Bravo. Watch all new episodes of Below Deck Mediterranean.
We set the bar really high.
This is charter yachting?
In this industry, you have to have thick skin.
Below Deck Mediterranean. All new Mondays at 8 on Bravo or stream it on City TV Plus.
In big league baseball, things happen fast, like a 100-mile-per-hour fastball coming right at you. But don't just take our word for it. Here's George Springer.
To swing or not to swing, seeing the ball quickly and clearly as it leaves the pitcher's hand is so important. It's how you decide if it's a ball or a strike or one that's ready to go out of the park.
Thanks, George. That kind of vision is something we call high-performance vision. The Bachner Eye Institute is the official laser and eye center of the Toronto Blue Jays. Google Bachner Eye Institute today.
Watching the beautiful game tonight? Order a Pizzaville party-size pizza. 24 square slices, feed 6 to 8. One topping, just $25.73. Made for watch parties and extra cheers. Order at pizzaville.ca.
This is Toronto Blue Jays Baseball.
Sport Chek's Big Check event is here. Get ready for summer with top deals on your favorite brands, online and in-store from June 11th to 24th. Exclusions apply. See in-store or sportcheck.ca for details.
Choose Motorworks for your BMW and Mini. With their state-of-the-art facility, they offer the latest tools and software, plus they meet or beat all competitors' quotes by 15%. Motorworks, exceeding all expectations. On 51st Ave and 3rd Street Southeast.
This is Toronto Blue Jays Baseball.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. 96 on the sinker to keep Toronto ahead.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
fires in a fastball for strike one to even the count 1-1. He's the one that gave up the sac fly to Vladdy back in the fourth inning, giving Toronto a 2-1 lead. Okamoto swings through a cutter and now falls down on the count. 1-2. And Okamoto on the 1-2 watches a sweeper down low outside. Good take, 2-2. We're in the Timbermart broadcast booth. You don't win games without fundamentals, and you don't build without quality materials. Your local Timbermart has all the tools, supplies, and expertise you need to step up to the plate and score big on every project. Timbermart, Canada's building center. Swing and a miss from Okamoto. Chases after a changeup to strike out to start this fifth inning. One away.
That looked more like a split finger than a changeup. Really good downward action. Getting Kaz Okamoto out in front. Almost violent action. A little bit more than you'd normally see from a changeup.
It brings up Jesus Sanchez now, the number 7 hitter in the lineup tonight for the Blue Jays, batting from the left side against the righty Bluba. And the first pitch, outside edge, missing for ball one on the changeup. On the St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard, the Yankees trying to come back. They were down 5-1. It's now 5-3. Detroit still leading, though, bottom of the eighth inning. Tampa in the bottom of the ninth, down 2-1 to Kansas City. The 1-0 pitch sent foul, third base side by Sanchez. Count now even at 1-1. Boston and Colorado just getting underway. That one in Denver. 1-1 pitch fouled straight back into the netting by Sanchez as he now falls down on the count 1-2.
Bluba's got a pretty good feel for pitching. He's got a good changeup, a good cutter. That fastball there was 96 miles an hour at the top of the strike zone. Good life.
Bluba fires on the 1-2 pitch. Outside edge, missing with the fastball at 96. Good eye from Sanchez, 2-2. One down here in the bottom of the fifth inning with the Blue Jays leading 2-1. The 2-2 pitch skips the dirt down low with the sweeper. Again, a good eye from Sanchez. And a full count, 3-2. Sanchez on the season batting an even .280. Playing out in left field tonight for Toronto. And the 3-2 pitch, outer edge, missing. The changeup is outside for ball four. And Chris, I mentioned Sanchez in left field tonight. We found out from John Schneider this evening that he does expect Addison Barger to hopefully be in the lineup in Dunedin probably on Wednesday. He said he would play 2 or 3 games in Dunedin, and assuming everything goes fine, then get up to Buffalo for probably about a week. So we could be seeing Barger, if I'm doing my math right, within, 2 weeks roughly, potentially, back in the Blue Jay lineup. Fingers crossed. A long fly ball, foul ball down the left field line into the left field corner for Ernie Clement.
Yeah, and he's another guy that obviously adds a little bit of defense out there in right field, but he lengthens the lineup, so that means that on the offensive side, that lineup becomes that much more difficult to navigate.
Clement down in the count 0-1. Sanchez with the lead at first. And the pitch to Clement down low with the cutter. And actually ricocheted in front of Yainer Diaz, the catcher, who quickly gets on the baseball, holds Sanchez at first. And Clement even in the count now 1-1.
I guess you could also make the argument that Jesus Sanchez is a tough out as well. He's been swinging the bat pretty well.
Clement 0 for 2 tonight, trying to change that right here. His season average sitting at .290. Sanchez with the lead at first. And Ernie chased after one. The sweeper down low. A swinging strike for Clement as he's now down 1-2. Not just leading second baseman, but leading the American League in votes. Ernie Clement looking to head to the All-Star game in a few weeks. Just looking to get on base right here. Bottom of the fifth with his club leading 2-1. As now Bluba turns and fires over to first to Christian Walker, trying to keep Jesus Sanchez honest.
How many times have you voted Ernie Clement?
At this point, I think I lost track. I think it's 212. I'm not sure. Sanchez leading at first. And Clement rips a line drive base hit into right field. And the Blue Jays have first and second with one away in the fifth.
It'd be nice if they can get a little bit of separation. So those bullpen arms that are coming into the ball game, Dylan Cease, don't have to be perfect. There's a little bit more room for error. So that run standing at second base is very, very important. Let's see what Andres Jimenez can do. Hopefully he can put something in a gap and score Ernie from first.
I'm kind of backing into the answer here. So you're going to know what my answer is. But going back to Ernie Clement for a second.
My answer is 0. Oh.
0.
Is that what you were going to ask?
Nope. Oh. If you had to buy a jersey of a Toronto player right now, if there's a guy that is a Chris LaRue type of player, a guy that you enjoy watching just as a fan, not as a broadcaster, just as a fan of the game. First pitch to Jimenez. The changeup missing for ball one. Like for me, it's Ernie Clement. I love watching Ernie play. His style of game, his personality, the way he even interacts with the fans, with fellow players, etc. I just like the way he plays the game. I like the way he approaches baseball, life, etc. 1-0 pitch. Outside edge, catches the changeup in for strike one.
I don't disagree. I wouldn't buy an Ernie Clement jersey. I think I would go with Nathan Lucas.
I can see that. Very similar players.
To me?
No, I think overall.
Oh, Ernie Clement and Nathan Lucas. Yeah, because they're just lunch pail guys. They really came from nothing. They were not very highly touted prospects. And they finally fought themselves to starting positions with a playoff caliber ball club.
Jimenez fouls off the changeup, now down in the count 1-2. First and second, one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. And the 1-2 pitch, another changeup comes inside this time to Jimenez, who now evens the count at 2-2.
Who's your second choice? And you can't choose
Nathan say Lucas.
No.
All right, give me a second. Jimenez, the lefty bat. 2-2 pitch, and he rips this one on one bounce out to second. Altuve picks it up onto second for one, to first for two. The double play will end the inning. And folks will have to wait for my answer. I know they're waiting with bated breath right now as we'll head to the sixth inning with Toronto leading 2-1. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center, streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Mark's This Is Big event is on now. It's the perfect time for a seasonal refresh. Until June 24th, save up to 60% on summer styles made for everyday life and everything in between. This is Big event on now at marksandmarks.com.
Hey, Dad. Jimmy! Your car's been sitting around a while. When's the last time you drove it?
Oh, a couple of months ago.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Remember? Took you kids to the drive-in to see E.T.
Okay, yep. Time to sell it, Dad.
Selling a car for seniors? At Alberta Auto Exports. They're here to help. Ready to buy any vehicle, any condition for top dollar on the spot. AlbertaAutoExports.com. Let it go. Get the dough.
I'm good to go. With Mortgages to Go, you'll be good to go. MortgagesToGo.ca says yes when the banks say no. That's why Alberta has trusted Mortgages to Go for over 23 years. If you need cash and have equity in your home, you're approved instantly. Guaranteed. Call 1-888-888-5998. That's 1-888-888-5998. With Mortgages to Go, you'll say, I'm good to go.
It's game time, and at No Frills, we have savings for the win. Say yes to yellow deals with select Ritz crackers for only $2.50 until June 24th. Visit your local No Frills or nofrills.ca for details. No Frills, yes savings.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
The Blue Jays come back from down 6-3 to beat the Orioles
on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
The sixth inning is brought to you by Shell V-Power Nitro Plus. Want more performance from your vehicle? Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline is engineered to give you more power and more performance with every drive.
I loved the dramatic pause right there as well.
I'm going to be honest. I thought I already read that one.
You did, but Shell V-Power is big time. They're stepping up in a big time way. They get the double dip on the promo. First pitch from Dylan Cease to Jeremy Pena is fouled off. And then Pena immediately called for the training staff. Not quite sure what happened, if he felt something, if he tweaked something, but we get a look at the replay right here. The ball went straight back into the netting, and then it looks like he reached down for his right quad, maybe his right knee. He's going to come out of this ball game.
Yeah, a little bit of a limp walking back to that dugout. He's next to Joe Espada and the training staff, but that's a big loss for the Houston Astros, no doubt.
Jeremy Pena, 1 for 2 tonight. Batting .283 on the season, 6 home runs, 18 runs batted in, had a couple of stolen bases. He had the only run scored for the Astros tonight, and now he's out of the lineup. His evening is done as Dylan Cease warms up on the mound for Toronto. And we await the decision from the Astros as to who's going to come in and take over for Pena.
Looks like Bryce Matthews is getting a bat in his hand. He's taking a couple swings down there next to Yordan Alvarez.
Gives us a chance for a quick look at the St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard. Minnesota and the Dodgers tied 1-1 top of the 5th inning. St. Louis leading Arizona 3-0 in the top of the 5th as well. Bottom of the 4th, the White Sox leading the Guardians 2-0. Boston 0-0 against Colorado, top of the 2nd inning. It is indeed Bryce Matthews who comes into the ballgame. He takes over with an 0-1 count and looks at a first pitch, the slider up high outside from Dylan Cease. Count now even at 1-1. Matthews batting from the right side, takes a cut on the next pitch from Cease. A swing and a miss on a fastball at 97. It's now 1-2.
Former 28th overall pick by the Astros in 2023, hitting .206 this year, 6 homers, 18 RBIs, and 175 ABs.
The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Matthews comes into the ballgame. Tough spot for him. He strikes out to start this inning for Houston.
Yeah, he probably wasn't prepared for that. He might have been back there taking some swings off the tees just to prepare for later in the ball game, but really difficult to come in and have some success against Dylan Cease, who's pretty locked in right now here in the top of the 6th.
On the 88th pitch, Cease gets his 8th strikeout of the game, and now comes back on a first pitch with a slider to Yordan Alvarez for ball 1. The slider outside gets Alvarez ahead in the count. Cease looking in at the sign from Kirk. Kicks and fires on the 1-0 pitch. And that one, the changeup, a little bit outside for ball 2. Maybe down low.
Also, Bryce Matthews coming to the plate against one of the most electric arms in baseball with 1 strike on him.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
The 2-0 pitch. Again, Cease missing outside, that time with a slider as Alvarez gets ahead 3-0.
And this is a really important part of the ball game. Do you challenge Alvarez here? You're up by 1 run. There's 1 out in this inning, or do you just nibble and
comes back with a strike, the slider. 3-1.
I don't know if that was a challenge pitch, but it was a slider on the outer third.
And the 3-1 pitch fouled off. As we get the 3-2.
Probably tough to tell Dylan Cease, hey, be careful with this guy. If I had the stuff of Dylan Cease, I'd probably think twice before I was careful with anybody.
3-2 offering. This one ripped into left field, down the line, and into the stands. A fan down there trying to make the grab on a solid line drive with his hat. He whipped it off his head and tried to use it like a baseball glove or a scoop, trying to make that catch. But he missed. Gave somebody else the souvenir. Cease trying to sit down Alvarez right here. Alvarez struck out looking in his last at-bat. Cease fires the 3-2 pitch down low inside, missed with that knuckle curve, and Alvarez gets a one-out walk here in the 6th inning.
I don't think John Schneider minds that. I don't think many people mind that. Really, the only guy that is probably frustrated that he lost Yordan Alvarez is Dylan Cease. He doesn't want to lose anybody.
He's now thrown 95 pitches, so we're obviously getting up there with one out here in the 6th inning. Blue Jays leading 2-1. Christian Walker at the plate. And a first pitch to Walker. A slider is in for strike one. Walker has struck out in each of his 2 at-bats this evening. 0-1 outside. Slider missed. 1-1. The Blue Jays with a 1-run lead, looking for a second straight victory following Saturday's win and the rainout on Sunday. The 1-1 pitch. On the outside edge, Kirk tried to frame it, but the slider is a called ball and a 2-1 count. Walker this season with 18 home runs and 52 runs batted in. He's got Yordan Alvarez at first with one away in the 6th. The 2-1 pitch comes inside. And it's now 3-1. This will be pitch number 100 coming up right here for Dylan Cease. Kicks and fires. Fouled off by Walker, first base side. And another full count at 3-2.
Braden Fisher has been warming up for a little while down there in that bullpen. This might be Dylan Cease's last batter. It might not be. There's a righty on deck in Isaac Paredes.
Let's see what Cease does with the 3-2. Now he steps off the rubber for a moment, looks over at first, and Alvarez wasn't going anywhere. He was frozen.
That was probably just a reset of the pitch clock. He knows that Yordan Alvarez doesn't really try to steal bases.
Cease fires in the 3-2 pitch, a fastball that Walker just gets a piece of. Ricocheted off Kirk as well. That fastball came in at 98 miles an hour on the 101st pitch of the evening for Dylan Cease. One out here in the top of the 6th inning with the Blue Jays leading 2-1. The 3-2 pitch. Inside, down low. And the Astros get another base runner on back-to-back walks from Dylan Cease, first and second with just one away.
Dylan Cease actually just looked into the Blue Jays dugout and gave a motion like, I'm good, I got this guy. I think he thought that John Schneider might take him out in this situation. But he's just letting everybody know that he's still got a little bit left in the tank. He's okay to stay out there. I wouldn't disagree. His stuff is just as good now, if not better, than it was in that first inning.
It brings up Isaac Paredes. The DH tonight for the Astros had a base hit in his first at-bat, struck out in his second at-bat. We'll see what he can do right here. The right-handed hitter looks at the first pitch. In for strike one on the sinker from Cease.
97 miles an hour, pitch 103 of the ball game. Yeah, I think he's fine.
Cease looks at it second. Fires. Big whiff. Knuckle curve. Paredes couldn't deal with that one. Falls down in the count 0-2.
Paredes does have a little bit of juice. 10 homers this season, so you don't want to groove one here in an 0-2 count. Want to be a little bit careful.
Jose Altuve on deck with just one out here in the 6th inning. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. Paredes stays alive.
Paredes doesn't have much speed, so best case scenario, you get a ground ball to shortstop and you get 2 quick outs and get out of this inning.
Blue Jays leading by 1. It's 2-1. Midway through this ball game. Cease fires again on the 0-2 pitch. And this one is a line drive out to left field. Ranging over toward the line, making the grab is Jesus Sanchez. Big out for the Blue Jays. 2 away.
Doesn't look like John Schneider's going anywhere yet. And here he comes.
Looks like Cease might not be thrilled about it.
Well, he's running out to the mound, and Schneider has said in the past, when I run out to the mound, I'm going to go have a conversation with my guy, see where he's at, see what he wants to do. And it looks like Dylan Cease wants to stay in this ball game. There you go.
And a slap on the chest of encouragement from John Schneider. And we'll see if Cease can sit down Altuve. He struck him out looking in Altuve's last at-bat back in the 4th inning. First and second for the Astros with 2 away here in the 6th inning. And the Blue Jays leading by a run. 2-1 is the score. Altuve with a walk and a strikeout in this ballgame. Yordan Alvarez is at second and Christian Walker at first. Altuve taps his bat against his cleats a couple of times and now digs in. Big cut, swing and a miss on a fastball from Cease, clocked at 99 on the 107th pitch of the game.
I'm sure John Schneider said that this is your last batter, empty the tank. Looks like he's doing that.
The 0-1 pitch. And Altuve reaches out, gets a piece of it. It's rolling down that third base line, and it just does roll foul. Probably about 15, 20 feet down the line. Alejandro Kirk rolled the dice and hoped that it would roll foul, and a good call by the Blue Jay catcher as it had enough English to go foul. Otherwise, Altuve would have been easily safe at first.
Well, even if he picks up that baseball, Altuve's safe at first base anyway, so that's a great call. And off the bat, it did look like it was starting to go foul. The only question was, did it have enough velocity on it to get past the chalk? And it looked like it just got over that chalk and went foul.
So now an 0-2 count to Jose Altuve. Cease looking to strike out Altuve for a second time in this ballgame, a second straight time. Can the Blue Jays end this inning right here? 2 on, 2 out, 0-2 count. And Altuve reaches out, gets a piece of the slider to stay alive.
He's very, very good at hitting pitches off the plate, or at least making contact with pitches off the plate. It's a pretty good slider. Well out of that strike zone. Jose Altuve just fighting it off. Might want to stand him up here with a fastball.
And Altuve loops one into right field over Guerrero. No chance for Vladdy to get to that one. Coming around from second base to score is Yordan Alvarez. Going first to third is Christian Walker. And Jose Altuve comes through in a clutch moment with a 2-out base hit, his 21st run batted in of the season. And the Astros tie the game 2-2. And the night is done for Dylan Cease. Here comes John Schneider out of the dugout. And then unfortunately for Cease, despite a solid performance and a 2-1 lead up until moments ago, at best, it's going to be a no decision for Dylan Cease. The Blue Jay faithful cheering on Cease as he walks slowly and I assume very frustrated toward the Blue Jay dugout as we go to our host here at Rogers Center, Show Ali.
Thanks, Eric. Let's check out that St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard. Games around Major League Baseball right now include the Texas Rangers currently leading the Miami Marlins 4-3. The White Sox currently leading the Cleveland Guardians. They're trailing 2-0 in Chicago on the south side. The Washington Nationals are currently leading the Philadelphia Phillies 2-0. That game started in a somewhat of a delay. A couple of finals as well that are relevant to the American League East. The Yankees losing 5-3 at the hands of the Detroit Tigers. All 5 runs given up by Garrett Cole, including a 422-foot bomb from Riley Green, a solo shot, his 9th of the year. Yankees now 46-31 after that 5-3 loss in Detroit earlier. And the Tampa Bay Rays, a 2-1 final in favor of the Kansas City Royals. Tampa falling with the loss to 43-32. A little later on tonight, 9:38 p.m. Eastern, 6:38 p.m. Pacific. So in about 20 minutes or so, the Baltimore Orioles will take on the Los Angeles Angels. Kyle Bradish will head to the mound for the Orioles in that one. And Eric mentioned this one earlier. Bottom three, the Boston Red Sox currently taking on the Rockies in Colorado. The pitching matchup in this one, Jake Bennett, who the Blue Jays saw at Fenway just last week. He's facing off against Ryan Feltner. That's the pitching matchup. Zeros again as the bottom of the third just got started. Blue Jays baseball brought to you by Crown Rust Protection. Here's Eric Smith and Chris LaRue.
All right, thanks very much, Joe. Braden Fisher taking over now for the Blue Jays with runners at first and third for the Astros. And the first pitch, Fisher throws into Diaz, is a dribbler in front of the mound and picked up beautifully by Fisher, whips it to first to record the out, and the Blue Jays get out of the inning. But the Astros have tied it with a 2-out base hit for Jose Altuve. It's 2-2 heading to the bottom of the sixth. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center. Streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Hi, Calgary. This is Mike McManus from South Trail Chrysler. You already know that we're Calgary's largest Chrysler dealership, but what we're really about is delivering something different. Our biggest commitment is to making sure you find a vehicle that fits your exact needs. At South Trail Chrysler, the car buying experience is unlike any other. With our indoor showing area, salon, kids zone, and sports lounge, you'll forget you're even shopping for a vehicle. For the lowest price on your new vehicle, shop south and experience the difference at South Trail Chrysler. We're at 130th Ave under the big Canadian flag and at SouthTrailChrysler.com.
Before FanDuel launches in Alberta on July 13th, check out our responsible gaming tools like My FanDuel Spend, deposit limits, and time limits so you can track your activity and stay in control of the action. For all the ways you play, FanDuel has the tools you need to help keep you in control of the action.
Please play responsibly. Alberta only. 18+. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.22.ca. Standard message and data rates may apply.
Don't let your favorite summer getaway take you away from your favorite summer pastime.
It is something to watch.
Stream the Blue Jays with Sportsnet Plus from your favorite devices. Anytime, anywhere. Subscribe at sportsnetplus.ca. Mondays on Bravo. Watch all new episodes of Below Deck Mediterranean.
We set the bar really high.
This is charter yachting?
In this industry, you have to have thick skin.
Below Deck Mediterranean. All new Mondays at 8 on Bravo or stream it on City TV Plus.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Up and deals home. He got him! Struck him out with 98 at the top of the zone. There's two down.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Getting set to start the bottom of the sixth inning, the Blue Jays and Astros tied 2. And we've got a pitching change for the Astros, brought to you by Home Hardware, official home improvement retailer for the Toronto Blue Jays, locally owned, genuinely Canadian, as Angel De Los Santos comes in, as the righty will face George Springer, top of the order for the Blue Jays.
De Los Santos this season 0-1 with a 4.22 ERA, 32 innings pitched in 31 games.
And the first pitch to Springer is a called strike. Springer thought it might have been inside, but the fastball clocked at 95. Again, in for strike one. By the way, Bryce Matthews remains in the game. He takes over at third, and Reynel Delgado will slide over to short. Springer whiffs at the next pitch, missing on the slider, falling down 0-2. Springer tonight 1 for 2 in the ballgame, looking to lead off this sixth inning, and he won't do so as he just struck out chasing after a slider, one away. This will bring up Nathan Lucas. Oh for 2 in the ball game with a sac bunt. in the fourth inning that he ultimately reached base with thanks to a throwing error. Lucas hoping to get on right here. Try and start things off for the Blue Jays in this sixth inning with one down. Springer just striking out moments ago. The 1-0 pitch to Lucas. Big cut, swing and a miss on a changeup, 1-1.
That's a great changeup. Big difference in velocity, 84 miles an hour. The fastball about 95, 96. Lucas out in front.
De Los Santos fires. 1-1 pitch, outer edge. Catches that strike with a fastball at 95, 1-2. A 2-2 ball game in the bottom of the sixth inning. And De Los Santos fires in another fastball, this one high and outside. It evens the count at 2-2. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. standing on deck. Lucas trying to get on for Vladdy. We'll see what De Los Santos does right here with the 2-2 offering. Swing and a miss. Lucas sits down. Back-to-back strikeouts for the Houston reliever, 2 away.
Another changeup, another good one, down and in. Uncomfortable swing from Nathan Lucas. That's a tough AB. 95, 96 with the heater. Pretty good slider out of that right arm, but also a really, really good changeup.
Vladdy tonight 1 for 2. As he waits for the first pitch, De Los Santos brings it at him, and Vladdy sends it on a couple of hops, chops right back to the mound. Easily controlled by De Los Santos, who tosses over to first to Christian Walker and sits down the Blue Jays in order. On to the seventh we go. 2-2 ball game. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center. Streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Cooking up a kitchen reno? At Home Hardware, we've got a wide selection of faucets, backsplashes, cabinetry, and everything you need to build a chef's kitchen. But help with the dishes. Find everything you need for your next project and earn and redeem Scene Plus points at over 1,000 Home Hardware and Building Center locations. All locally owned and genuinely Canadian.
At Crown Rust Control, protection runs deep because every Crown Rust Control Center is owned by a local family who cares beyond business. Your Crown Rust Control is 100% committed to their product, to you, to their community, which is your community. Protecting you and what matters to you is equally important as protecting your vehicle.
Did you know your vehicle rusts faster in warm weather? Protect your vehicle today. For a special summer offer, find your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center at crown.com.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have-it-all in stock, ready to deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists? The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need, when you need it, 24/7, 365, every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
This is...
Hey, Tim, what's wrong?
Somebody brake-checked our truck in the States. Their claims chaser attorney thinks his neck needs $50,000 to feel better. Now I have to go to court, negotiate with insurance.
Tim, we have Samsara now. Dual-facing AI dash cams give us clear video. And instant retrieval means we can pull footage fast before they change the story.
So instead of ruining my quarter,
you just send the footage to legal.
Visit samsara.com/today to reduce risk and stop false claims with clear evidence.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Hoffman kicks and deals. He got him! Struck him out looking with a slider.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Our show to come over and make the grab, 1 away.
It's probably a pretty fun AB. Braden Fisher against Lopafito, buddies. Ultimately, Fisher coming out on top.
Fisher came in back in the sixth inning and got the Blue Jays out of a jam, got Dylan Cease out of a bit of a jam. Unfortunately, though, Cease did surrender the second run to the Astros, who tied this game 2-2. That's where we sit right now with 1 out here in the top of the seventh. And when Fisher came in, I don't know if I mentioned, but let's give him a shout out anyways, because we love our friends at Home Hardware, the official home improvement retailer of the Toronto Blue Jays, locally owned, genuinely Canadian. Fisher tried for the backhand stab, missed it, but out to second, picked up by Clement, over to first to record the out, and sit down Jake Myers 2 away.
As much as Braden Fisher wants to make the highlight play behind his back, he needs to know where his infielders are. You need to let that ball go because that ball potentially could tip off the glove and that runner ends up at first base. Ernie Clement was playing right behind the second base bag. A very easy play for him.
Sounds like a pitcher right there. But you're 1,000% correct.
No, that's what a manager's thinking.
1,000% correct. First pitch swinging. A ground ball out to first. Great grab by Vladdy. Underhand toss to a covering Fisher at the bag. They sit down Reynel Delgado. A very quick inning as the Astros go down 1-2-3. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Chris will be standing and cheering on here at the Dome, and I'm sure you will at home, as the Blue Jays will hope to take the lead when we come back on Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center, streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
At Calgary Co-op, we promise more local favorites for barbecue season and less shopping around. That means more best from the West produce, only Alberta meats, and show-stopping sides. In other words, less flown here, more grown here. And when you visit, ask about becoming a Calgary Co-op member for more benefits, more member earnings, and more app-exclusive savings. Calgary Co-op, where members get more.
You've hauled a 2-bedroom trailer over mountain passes on a cross-country road trip. But today, you just need that epic towing strength to bring the mower over to Mom's. Toyota Tundra, power for all your hauls. It's time to Toyota. Lease a 2026 Tundra 4x4 double cab SR5 from $145 weekly for 60 months and 4.79% APR with $8,699 down. Hybrid available. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your Prairie Toyota dealer today.
Hot tubs sure have changed over the past 25 years. Paradise Bay has Arctic spas that are now so efficient, you'll hardly notice a difference on your electric bill. Spa Boy automated water care makes maintenance a breeze. Their spa's online technology allows for real-time monitoring and control from anywhere. Constant improvements in comfort and therapy will have you never wanting to get out of your Arctic spa. Come see what's new. You deserve it. Find your Arctic spa at GoParadiseBay.com.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Shallow right center field. Everyone charging, and Lucas with the play, and that'll send us to extras.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Alejandro Kirk leading things off for the Blue Jays. And a first pitch swinging. Kirk misses on the slider from De Los Santos. 0-1 count. Kirk now stepping out of the box for a moment, readjusting his batter's gloves. And now digs back in. Alejandro tonight 1 for 3. 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch in there with a fastball clocked at 96 for strike 2. Kirk watched it the entire way. And now facing the 0-2 count. De Los Santos set. Fires outside. The slider brings the count to 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Kirk tries to go opposite way, but getting over at second base to pick it up is Altuve. He was playing way towards second, but had to range over at least 10 feet, if not more. But respectfully, plenty of time to get Kirk and record the out.
It was a tough slider off the play. Kirk hit it off the end of the bat, so it didn't have a lot of exit velo on it. Gave Jose Altuve enough time to get over, make the play, and throw out Alejandro Kirk relatively easily.
Brings up the lefty bat of Dalton Varsho. And the first pitch to Varsho is a check swing foul ball, dribbles toward the Houston dugout. And Dalton down 0-1.
I said that ground out didn't have a lot of exit velo, 67 miles an hour off the bat. I was right.
I think Show could outrun it. A line drive, not past Altuve, but unfortunately for the Astros, and certainly fortunately for the Jays, Altuve couldn't make the play. Certainly would have been a tough one as he tried for the backhand stab. And safe at first base is Dalton Varsho with a one-out base hit.
I don't think Jose Altuve throws Dalton Varsho out, even if he comes up with this baseball. But you're right, it would have been fun to watch, though, seeing Jose Altuve jump like Derek Jeter and make a good throw to first base.
Brings up Kazuma Okamoto with one on, one out here in the 7th. And De Los Santos came way inside Okamoto, just getting it out of the way. By the way, I haven't called a ton of home games this year, a lot of road games. I have not taken notice until tonight. Kazuma Okamoto's walk-up song is Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
It wasn't always that song. I don't know when he changed it, but he changed it relatively recently. Joe would know.
I mean,
you can ask Joe.
That brings up a lot of bad memories for me and an old college girlfriend, but I don't know if it's exactly a fire-you-up walk-up song, but hey, don't mess with the process, I suppose. Okamoto with a home run tonight, 17 on the year. You rock Iris as much as you want, Kaz. The 2-0 pitch in for a strike on the slider from De Los Santos brings the count to 2-1.
Yeah, I think he can walk up to whatever song he wants if you're hitting 17 jacks.
Especially in his rookie season. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Varsho with the lead at first, not going anywhere. And Okamoto rips one on a base hit. Into the corner in left field. Varsho on his horse, looking to go first to home. Nope, he's going to put on the brakes and dive back into third. He was full tilt around the corner, and then Carlos Fablis threw up the stop sign. Okamoto gets into second, though, and the Blue Jays have second and third with one away.
It was a last-second stop sign from Carlos Fablis. He was waiting to see if Alvarez made a clean play down there in that corner and what that throw looked like. It was a pretty good throw, so he put the stop sign up, and Dalton Varsho stays at third base with one out.
A huge moment now for Jesus Sanchez. And it's not going to be Sanchez, as John Schneider is going to go to the bench. And it looks like it's going to be Miles Straw, I believe, coming into the ballgame. We have a pitching change as well. And with that, we're going to send it over to Show Ali.
Thanks, Eric. Let's check out that St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard once more. The FIFA World Cup we can check in on, well underway. 4 matches on the calendar. First, earlier today, a 2-0 win for Argentina over Austria. Both goals coming off the foot of Leo Messi. 5 goals in 2 matches for him. Now officially the all-time leader in goals scored at the World Cup over 6 tournaments. 18 goals for him. France beats Iraq 3-0 earlier. That one not only wrapping up that long ago after a 131-minute lightning delay in Philly, but it just wrapped up 3-0. Kylian Mbappe with 2 of those 3 goals. He's actually, speaking of Messi, only 2 goals back of Messi's all-time World Cup record at this point. Norway-Senegal is underway as well. Currently 3-1 Norway. That game's going on right now. Erling Haaland with a pair of goals. Somehow the second straight game day where all of Argentina, France, and Norway have played, where all of Messi, Mbappe, and Haaland all have a pair of goals, which is pretty incredible. Later on tonight, in about 90 minutes, the late game, Jordan, Algeria. That one's at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific out west in San Francisco. Of course, Canada's last group stage game will go Wednesday afternoon. They'll take on Switzerland, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific. A win or a draw will send Canada through to the knockout stage as Group B winners. Blue Jays baseball, as always, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection. Let's get you back to the action down here at the Rogers Center. With the call, here's Eric Smith and Chris LaRue.
Thanks very much, Joe, as Brian King comes into the ballgame now for the Astros. The pitching change is brought to you by Home Hardware, official home improvement retailer for the Toronto Blue Jays. Locally owned, genuinely Canadian. Miles Straw at the plate off the bench as a pinch hitter, coming in place of Jesus Sanchez. The entire Houston infield in on the grass. Second and third with just 1 away. And Straw looks at a second straight ball from King. It's a 2-0 count.
If Straw gets his pitch here, He's going to try to elevate something out to the outfield and score that run from third base.
2-0 pitch, and he does indeed get it out into left field. Not super deep, but tagging Varsho, and a high, long looping throw, a terrible throw in left field from Alvarez allows Varsho to score easily, and the Blue Jays take a 3-2 lead.
Well, Alvarez should know better than that. He doesn't have a great arm, but you always have to hit the cutoff man and keep that guy at second base. And now Kaz Okamoto goes from second base to third base. He can score on a wild pitch, on a pass ball. There are 2 outs in the inning, so you're not scoring on a fly ball. But yeah, just a wild throw from Yordan Alvarez out in left field.
Brings up Ernie Clement with the Blue Jays now leading 3-2. Clement 1 for 3 tonight. As Chris just told you, Okamoto at third. King with the pitch into Clement on the 1-0. It's a called ball, and tapping the helmet is Yainer Diaz. ABS Challenge brought to you by xcopper.com. We just saw the lips of Clement saying, I think it's a ball, and he's right. It was easily a ball. Diaz has been, no pun intended, on the ball tonight, but he was way off on that one. Way off. Clement getting ahead 2-0. King, the lefty, fires to Clement. Rips this one foul straight back into the netting.
They did have 2 ABS challenges left. Now they only have 1. So if you think this is a big spot, I think it's a big spot. That guy standing at third base, that's the 4th run of the ball game for the Jays.
The 2-1 pitch inside. Well inside on the sweeper, and Clement gets ahead 3-1.
But that pitch also wasn't close. So you probably have to look at that.
Well, you'll take it if you're a Blue Jay fan, no doubt. 3-1 pitch. Inside again, down low. Clement gets the free pass. Runners on the corners with 2 away.
Well, I don't know if King was being careful with Ernie Clement, but he wasn't close on that last pitch. Obviously, left-handed hitting Andres Jimenez coming to the plate. Left-handed pitcher King on the mound, so a little bit of an easier time maybe with Andres Jimenez.
Big cut from Jimenez, swinging through a fastball down in the count 0-1. King looking in at the sign. Clement with a lead at first. Okamoto, a couple of feet down the line at third. First and third for Toronto with 2 away. And now King whips it over to first as Clement dives back into the bag. And Ernie seemed to get up a little gingerly there. Hope he's all right. Still kind of hunched over on the bag. King on the 0-1 pitch came in with a fastball fouled off by Jimenez over the backstop and about 25 rows deep. 2 hour left. Now down in the count 0-2. Jimenez this season batting .286 with runners in scoring position and 2 away. He's got Okamoto 90 feet away right now.
You're just trying to shoot something the other way if you're Andres Jimenez.
Swing and a miss. Jimenez sits down with the strikeout. That ends the inning, but not before the Blue Jays get a run to retake the lead. 3-2 as we head to the 8th. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center. Streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Don't let your favorite summer getaway take you away from your favorite summer pastime.
It is something to watch.
Stream the Blue Jays with Sportsnet Plus from your favorite devices, anytime, anywhere. Subscribe at sportsnetplus.ca.
Mondays on Bravo. Watch all new episodes of Below Deck Mediterranean.
We set the bar really high.
This is charter yachting?
In this industry, you have to have thick skin.
Below Deck Mediterranean. All new Mondays at 8 on Bravo or stream it on City TV Plus.
Sport Chek's Big Check event is here. Get ready for summer with top deals on your favorite brands, online and in store from June 11th to 24th. Exclusions apply. See in-store or sportcheck.ca for details.
Introducing Scallop Sushi by Bento. Delicate, buttery, premium scallop sushi rolls now at the grocery store, because fancy doesn't have to be complicated. For delicious grab-and-go sushi, look for Bento in a grocery store near you.
At Calgary Co-op Wine Spirits Beer, we promise more of what you need this summer and less of what you don't. That means more friends popping by for patio drinks and less running around to find the right mix of local craft beer, hard seltzers, and bright summer wines. This week, get a 4-pack of Establishment Afternoon Delight Pale Ale for only $14.99 and a bottle of Blanton's Original Single Barrel Bourbon for only $79.99. Calgary Co-op Wine Spirits Beer, where members get more.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Long run for Varsho into foul territory. Slides and he makes the catch.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
The 8th inning is brought to you by Shell V-Power Nitro Plus. Want more performance from your vehicle? Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline is engineered to give you more power and more performance with every drive.
Great job. 8th inning. Blue Jays leading 3-2. Tyler Rogers entering the ballgame for Toronto. Pitching change brought to you by Home Hardware, official home improvement retailer for the Toronto Blue Jays, locally owned, genuinely Canadian. Bryce Matthews at the plate, and the submarine sweeper in for a strike on the slider from Tyler Rogers. Second at-bat of the ballgame for Matthews, as he came in to take over in the 6th inning for Jeremy Pena. We never got word in terms of what Pena was impacted by, but it looked like some kind of right leg, right knee issue. Rogers whips in the 1-1 pitch. Matthews gets a piece of that sinker, but falls down in the count, 1-2.
Big swing for Matthews. He does have a little bit of power, 6 homers, 18 RBIs this season.
Rogers, the 1-2 pitch. Just missing. Inside edge with the sinker. It's 2-2. Top of the 8th with the Blue Jays leading 3-2. 2-2 offering. Lipped on a line drive, out into left field. And on one bounce, it's picked up by Miles Straw. A leadoff base hit for the Astros.
And you do have to be careful of Bryce Matthews over at first base. A little bit of speed. And that is a big run. That's the tying run standing over there at first base.
And obviously a dangerous hitter in Yordan Alvarez coming up. Matthews with the lead at first. First pitch to Alvarez. Misses outside the sinker from Rogers. 1-0. Toronto was down 1-0. Came back to tie the game 1-1. Then took a 2-1 lead. Houston tied it 2-2. Toronto's gone back on top 3-2. Another sinker in for a strike this time, 1-1. So it's kind of been a seesaw battle tonight. Houston trying to at least tie, if not take the lead, here in the 8th inning. The 1-1 pitch. And it's sent out into left field past Kazuma Okamoto. Opposite field, ground ball base hit for Alvarez. Has first and second for Houston with none away.
That's a really good piece of hitting. Kaz Okamoto was off the line, kind of in the hole on that left side of the infield. Yordan Alvarez knows that. He gets a tough sinker off the plate away, and he just shoots that ball down that third base line, and Houston Astros are in business now. First and second, still nobody out in this top of the 8th.
And Christian Walker now stepping up. The number 3 hitter in the Houston lineup. 0 for 2 tonight with a walk and a couple of strikeouts, but obviously the first time he's seeing Rogers. 18 home runs on the season, and he looks at a first pitch strike on the sinker from Rogers. Toronto leading by 1 here in the 8th. And a chopper out to second, picked up by Clement, turns over to to second for 1, on to first for 2, the double play. Matthews advances to third, but Alvarez thrown out at second. What a smart play by Clement and a quick turn by Jimenez to get Walker at first. And now 2 very quick outs and a chance to get out of this inning unscathed.
Not an easy play for Ernie Clement, falling away from second base, making a perfect throw to Andres Jimenez, and then a good throw across the diamond to get Christian Walker for the second out.
Brings up Isak Paredes, who looks at a first pitch. The slider up high outside from Rogers, 1-0. Paredes tonight, an RBI single in the first inning, 1 for 3. The tying run 90 feet away. Here's the 1-0. Fouled off by Paredes, first base side, 1-1. We're in the TimberMart broadcast booth. When it's time to build, renovate, or upgrade, your local TimberMart has the materials, the know-how, and the team to help you win every time from the first swing to the final finish. Build with confidence at TimberMart, Canada's building center. The 1-1. Just missed outside. 2-1. Quiet crowd right now with the Blue Jays leading 3-2 in the top of the 8th inning. 2-1 offering. Again misses. Tough to tell on those angles because of that submarine drop from Rogers. But that pitch was down low and outside. It's 3-1.
Yeah, missed by quite a bit. A good take from Paredes.
And the 3-1 pitch, similar spot outside. Ball 4, runners on the corners for the Astros.
I think Tyler Rogers and Alejandro Kirk were nibbling a little bit. They were trying to see if Paredes would get himself out on a pitch off the plate.
Well, the man that came through in the clutch the last time the Astros trailed is the man that steps to the plate right now, the veteran Jose Altuve, with the Astros trailing 2-1 back in the 6th inning. It was an RBI base hit to right field for Altuve that tied the game 2-2. The Blue Jays have since retaken the lead at 3-2. We'll see if Altuve can come through again. First and third, 2 away for the Astros. First pitch swinging. Altuve fouls off the sinker from Rogers.
That is a big hack from Jose Altuve. He's trying to go deep here. Trying to give the Astros the lead.
Bryce Matthews at third, hoping to come in and tie this game. 0-1 pitch. A couple of hops, chop foul, third base side, ricochets off the side wall. And now Rogers gets ahead of Altuve, 0-2.
And you have to be careful here to Jose Altuve. He's a very good bad ball hitter. So fastballs up, sliders away. Those are 2 pitches that he handles relatively easily and has over the course of his career.
Rogers glancing over his shoulder at first. And fires the pitch in on the 0-2. The slider missing. Ball 1 to Altuve. That one was well down low. And Altuve smart to not chase after it. Count sitting at 1-2. The crowd trying to rally on the Blue Jays right here. The 1-2 pitch. And this one is ripped out to short. Picked up easily by Jimenez. Over to second to the covering Clement to record the out and get the Blue Jays out of the inning. As Toronto heads to the bottom of the 8th. Still leading 3-2. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center. Streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Summer's here, and some say it's going to be among the hottest in recent years. That's why more homeowners in Calgary are choosing heat pumps with Enercare A1 Chesney. It's a 2-in-1 smart system that cools your home in the summer and efficiently heats it in the winter. For a limited time, get up to $4,000 in prepaid credit cards when you lease a new heat pump, installed as soon as the next day. Keep your home humming along at a1chesney.com. Conditions apply.
Enercare, experts at home.
Mark's This Is Big event is on now. It's the perfect time for a seasonal refresh. Until June 24th, save up to 60% on summer styles made for everyday life and everything in between. This Is Big event on now at marksandmarks.com.
Darcy Chenor here for Eastside Dodge with Lanny McDonald. You know what's funny, Lanny? They have greeting cards for Christmas, birthdays, Valentine's, but nothing for summer.
What would they even say?
May your tank be full, your playlist be legendary, and vibes be good. May you head into Eastside for the Drive Into Summer event, where the discounts are huge, up to $22,000 off.
I like it, Darcy.
And even more exciting, it's a demo blowout with 0% up to 84 months. We have Wranglers, Ram trucks, Grand Cherokees, and more.
That's better than any card I've seen. Hurry in, Eastside Dodge, and tell them Lanny sent you.
it's Charles Barkley with Wayfair. It's outdoor season, and my patio setup better be ready to play. That's where Wayfair wins. Patio seating, umbrellas, and grills, all delivered fast and easy. Shop Wayfair.ca now.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
He dives, and he made a snow cone catch right in the tip of the glove.
On Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Logan Benoit going to take over for the Astros. Pitching change is brought to you by Home Hardware, official home improvement retailer for the Toronto Blue Jays. Locally owned, genuinely Canadian. The Astros started the 8th inning with the top of the order, and they threatened, but the Blue Jays got out of the jam. Now Toronto has a chance to start with the top of the order in the bottom of the 8th, leading 3-2. And the first pitch to Springer way outside, and it actually gets away from Yainer Diaz behind the plate as well. Ball 1. And Springer jumps on the next pitch and sends a base hit into center field to lead off the 8th.
Got to put some pressure on Benoit. Just his 16th career ball game, his 4th game here in 2026. So you can guarantee that heart rate is a little bit elevated, especially now with George Springer standing at first base and nobody out in this inning. Nathan Lucas needs to get George Springer to second base somehow. You want a little bit more separation than you currently have.
Springer with the lead at first. First pitch swinging. Lucas gets a piece of the fastball. Fouls it straight back into the netting. It's 0-1. Lucas had a sac bunt back in the 4th inning. Otherwise an 0 for night as the averages dipped down to 299. Still swinging a hot stick overall. He's had a great season. Looking to come through right here in the 8th inning. Another big cut. Another one fouled straight back. Got a piece of that fastball again at 94. And Lucas down 0-2. Quick look at the standings. Brought to you by Bet365, home of the 5-run early payout. Must be 19 plus, Ontario only. Please play responsibly no matter what happens tonight. Obviously, we got a couple of finals with the Yankees losing, Tampa losing as well, but the standings won't change as New York will still be in first, Tampa in second, Blue Jays in third. A fly ball out into center field. It's dropping, but coming in, diving, and not able to make the play is Jake Myers. He went head first, trying to sprawl out and make the catch, and the ball ricochets off his glove. Tough one for the Houston center field, but you'll take it and run if you're a Blue Jay fan.
And here comes Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with another opportunity to come through and pad this lead a little bit. That was a four-seam fastball that just ate up Nathan Lucas. Didn't hit it all that hard. It was a big swing, though, so you can understand why Jake Myers froze in center field. Ultimately, he doesn't come down with it. First and second, nobody out. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the plate.
Vladdy 1 for 3 tonight. Had a sac fly to cash in his 32nd run batted in of the season. The average sitting at 280. The first pitch is a ball on the cutter. And on the 1-0, Vladdy smartly looks at a sweeper outside, gets ahead 2-0.
Now you really have to zone in on your pitch. If you're looking for a heater on the inner third, don't swing at anything else.
Here comes the 2-0. Outside, 3-0.
And that was a comfortable take. That's the Vlad that we see when he's going right. He's not offering at those pitches. He's not chasing out of the strike zone.
Chance of Vladdy starting to buzz through the building again as he takes the entire way smartly on a 3-0. He watches that fastball from Benoit go in for strike one. It's a 3-1 count. Toronto leading 3-2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The 3-1 pitch, and Vladdy rips a line drive base hit into left field. George Springer into third, but he will stay there. And the bases are loaded with none out here in the 8th inning for Toronto.
Vladdy was eaten up a little bit by that sweeper. That's not the swing that's going to get them going, but that's the result that you need in this moment. You want to move those runners up. Blue Jays have two guys in scoring position now with nobody out here in this inning. George Springer not trying to be too aggressive, going station to station, nobody out. You don't want to get thrown out at home plate with nobody out. Now the bases are loaded and a big opportunity for Alejandro Kirk coming up right here.
So Toronto looking to cash in as many as they can and add as much insurance as they can before we get to the ninth. The Blue Jays with 11 hits tonight. No errors. 5 hits. 1 error for the Astros, but most important, the scoreboard. Toronto leading 3-2. But with none out in the 8th and the bases loaded, a big opportunity right here. The infield in for Houston. Kirk at the plate. And the first pitch, inside edge, the sweeper, strike one.
Big opportunity for Alejandro Kirk. Infield in, nobody out. All you're trying to do is lift something to the outfield.
The 0-1 pitch. Big cut, swing and a miss. Kirk misses the sweeper, down 0-2.
He was definitely trying to lift something. And now with 2 strikes, we've seen this already a couple of times in this ball game from Kirk. He really shuts down. He really shortens up the swing and tries to shoot something the other way.
Van Wyck comes set, fires. And Kirk gets just a piece of the sweeper to stay alive in this at-bat.
I don't even know how he got a piece of that. That was well off the plate, outside and down.
Another 0-2 pitch coming right here. And Kirk gets underneath it, out into left field. Back making the grab is Alvarez, but tagging at third and coming in to score is George Springer. A sac fly RBI for Captain Kirk, giving the Blue Jays a little more insurance. It's 4-2 Toronto.
Yeah, a little bit more breathing room, a little bit more comfortable of an inning for Louis Varland. He can trust this stuff, fill up the strike zone, and not be thinking about a solo shot potentially tying this ball game.
Lucas at second, Vladdy at first. And now the lefty bat of Dalton Varsho. First and second with just 1 away. Varsho tonight 1 for 3. First pitch, outside, the fastball from Van Wyck, 1-0 count. On the St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard, the Dodgers in the bottom of the 8th leading Minnesota 2-1. And the Angels leading as Varsho rips one out to short, but unfortunately right behind the bag, Delgado catches the baseball, steps on second, throws to first to record the double play and get the Astros out of the inning, but not before Toronto scores one to take a 4-2 lead into the 9th inning. Toronto looking to take the first of 3 against Houston. Join us for the 9th next as Varland's coming in from the bullpen on Toronto Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center. Streaming at Sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Summer's here, and some say it's going to be among the hottest in recent years. That's why more homeowners in Calgary are choosing heat pumps with Enercare A1 Chesney. It's a 2-in-1 smart system that cools your home in the summer and efficiently heats it in the winter. For a limited time, get up to $4,000 in prepaid credit cards when you lease a new heat pump, installed as soon as the next day. Keep your home humming along at a1chesney.com. Conditions apply.
Enercare. Experts at home.
Sport Chek's Big Check event is here. Get ready for summer with top deals on your favorite brands, online and in-store from June 11th to 24th. Exclusions apply. See in-store or sportcheck.ca for details.
When gambling starts to drown everything out, be the you that knows when to make a change. A message from the Responsible Gambling Council.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. 6 Ks and 4 scoreless so far.
On Sportsnet 960. 60, The Fan.
Here's George Springer.
To swing or not to swing, seeing the ball quickly and clearly as it leaves the pitcher's hand is so important. It's how you decide if it's a ball or a strike or one that's ready to go out of the park.
Thanks, George. That kind of vision is something we call high-performance vision. The Bachner Eye Institute is the official laser and eye center of the Toronto Blue Jays. Google Bachner Eye Institute today.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Breaking ball lined over the mound. Diving catch up the middle, Ernie Clement.
On Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Top of the ninth inning, Louis Varland into the ballgame, looking to close things out for Toronto. Pitching change brought to you by Home Hardware, official home improvement retailer for the Toronto Blue Jays, locally owned, genuinely Canadian. And the first pitch from Varland is a fastball at 99, way outside, and a 1-0 count to Yainer Diaz. Again on that St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard, the Dodgers leading the Twins 2-1, top of the ninth inning, bottom eighth. St. Louis leading Arizona 3-2, and the White Sox 3-3 against the Guardians, bottom of the seventh. Varland on the 1-0 pitch, missing again, this time with a knuckle curve. And that one well outside as Diaz gets ahead 2-0. And now 3-0, a fastball outside. Certainly you don't want to put the leadoff man on here in the ninth inning. Toronto leading 4-2.
You're up by 2 runs, so you want to just fill up that strike zone.
There's a strike. Fastball at 98.
The last thing you want to do as a closer, as a reliever, is allow the tying run to come to the plate.
Diaz steps out of the box for a moment, gathers himself, restraps the gloves, and digs back in on a 3-1 count. Varland looking in at the sign from Kirk. The windup, the delivery, and this one fouled off by Diaz. Varland battles back. The count is full at 3-2. We're in the Timbermart broadcast booth. Don't strike out on your next home improvement project. The team at your local Timbermart has a wide variety of building supplies and leading brands you need. Clear the fence for a big win on every project. Batter up Timbermart, Canada's building center. 3-2 pitch, outer edge, ball 4. Fastball at 98, missing. And it is indeed a leadoff walk for Diaz. This brings up the lefty bat now of Joey Loperfido, 0 for 3 tonight. And a first pitch, swing and a miss on a knuckle curve from Loperfido. Varland gets ahead, 0-1. Loperfido would love to come through right here against his former team. 0-1 pitch. Rips it out to short. Underhand. Jimenez to Clement, to first, to Guerrero. Double play. 2 down here in the bottom of the ninth, or top of the ninth, with the Blue Jays leading 4-2.
What a big play. A big pitch from Louis Varland. A fastball down and away. And an incredible throw from Ernie Clement. A little Derek Jeter jump right to the chest of Vlad at first base. 2 quick outs.
So Toronto hoping to end it right here with 2 down in the ninth inning.
And now you're back to pounding the strike zone. You're not worried about a home run potentially tying this ball game. You're just filling up the strike zone. You're trying to get a quick out and your guys back to the clubhouse.
Taylor Trammell coming into the ball game now as a pinch hitter, as he comes in for Jake Myers, lefty bat of Trammell. Looking at the first pitch, a fastball clocked at an even 100, but it's ball 1. Varland back with a changeup for strike 1. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Chopped down the first base side, foul, picked up by Vladdy in foul territory, whips it behind his back over to the ball boy down that right field line, and this could do it right here, folks. Astros down to their final strike. It's a 1-2 count to Trammell. Crowd standing, cheering on the Blue Jays, looking for a second straight win. And a great way to start off this 10-game homestand. Can Varland close it down right here? The 1-2 pitch. Strike three. Caught looking. Varland ends the ball game, and the Blue Jays beat the Astros 4-2.
That was a big win for the Toronto Blue Jays. Officially back to 500, 39-39. Louis Varland coming in and doing the job. The Blue Jays weren't perfect tonight. There were some bumps in the road, but they came through just 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. They did hit 3 sacrifice flies. Dylan Cease wasn't perfect, but he made big pitches when he needed to. He walked 4, but only gave up 2 earned runs. This was a fun one to watch.
So Toronto has now won 5 of its last 6 ball games when you go back to the sweep over the Red Sox, the split of 2 in Chicago against the Cubs, and now taking the first of 3 against the Astros. Again, Toronto winning 4-2. As we will step aside for the break, come back with some final stats, final thoughts, then get you set for post-game coverage as you're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center, streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
The Toyota Super Sale is happening this week at South Point Toyota with the best rates, discounts, and offers of 2026. Rebates and discounts up to $10,000. Plus, financing as low as 0%. Plus, free winter tires and a free tire and rim warranty. Plus, free lifetime oil and filter offer and free maintenance for 3 years. It's time to Toyota under the tower at South Point Toyota.
With Play Alberta, all revenue stays in Alberta, and it makes all the difference. Play Alberta is the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So whether you play, bet, or buy, know that your fun also helps make a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca and start having fun today. That's playalberta.ca. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Do you Yahoo? Do you front row? Sing along to the hits. Throw your hands in the air. Do you stick around for the encore or dash to the next show? It's the greatest music festival in the West. Over 100 acts, 4 stages, and 10 days. Do you Yahoo? Yeah, you do. Calgary Stampede, July 2nd through 12th.
This is CFAC, Sportsnet 960 The Fan, the official home of the Calgary Flames, a Rogers Sports and Media radio station.
A lot of alignment, and it's a newness with this organization in terms of the front office and the people in positions of power making those decisions. But also when you look at the ultimate position of the Reinsdorf family, when you look at Michael Reinsdorf, they've given Bryson Graham full autonomy to make his decisions and give him the resources that he needs to really change around this organization. And it's not just something that you heard in the introductory press conference with Bryson Graham and Michael Reinsdorf sitting next together for Graham's press conference, his first introductory press conference as EVP for the Bulls. But you're seeing it in these pieces as you see Bryson Graham not only work out his team when it comes to the front office, but the interview process with Tiago Splitter and the other candidates that were involved. I mean, the Bulls cast a wide net, Kate, in trying to find their next head coach. They did their due diligence. They were not rushed. Even when one of their top candidates, Sean Sweeney, was reportedly hired by the Orlando Magic during the Western Conference Finals and almost NBA Finals run for the San Antonio Spurs, Bryson Graham in the front office didn't flinch in the face of that. They said, okay, we're still going to go through our process because we understand that, to Bryson Graham's point, they're going to layer this thing. And this is not going to be a quick fix. They don't want it to be a quick fix because they want the right pieces in place. So when you look at that alignment with the front office, you look at the alignment of Tiago Splitter, him coming over from Portland, how he was able to lead that team to the 7th spot in the Western Conference. No disrespect to the roster, but in the West, with that team, that's a hell of a job, Kate. And so Thiago is the right person for the job. He is a great and has really been praised across the NBA and really worldwide in terms of how he is able to help develop players. If you need some names out there for people watching, people listening, look at what he was able to do in his one season with Alperen Şengün with the Houston Rockets, right? You look at this past season with the Portland Trailblazers and Donovan Cleveland, who gave the Bulls hell in the 2 games that they played against the Bulls this season. Denny Avdia. Avdia was already a talent, but still you needed that mental side to really get over that hump. And you have other pieces like Toumani Camara, who was one of the best defenders for the Portland Trailblazers. Scoot Henderson had a resurgence for himself with his career. So Thiago Splitter has a hand in that. And so I'm mentioning Bryson Graham. I'm mentioning the alignment of the front office. I'm mentioning Thiago Splitter and the player development, how he connects with guys. And then you bring it into tomorrow night with the Bulls at that 4th overall spot. Caleb Wilson should be that guy for that team. And the only way that I see Caleb Wilson not going to Chicago at 4 is if Memphis says, you know what?